बी ज्वाइनिंग। तो उनके साथ दो पार्टिसिपेंट और भी हैं उनके, आई थिंक मोना मैम है।
हाँ, शिल्पा मैम के साथ सूर्यांश, डॉक्टर तानिया, मोना मैम एंड नूरा मरियम।
नूरा भैया, हाँ, आई थिंक मोना इज एक्टिव, मोना एंड तानिया दे विल बी डूइंग। सो ग्रुप नंबर 9 इज आवर्स, तो हमारे तो है प्रीति मैम इज ऑल्सो देयर
हाँ
एंड
जी।
संदीप इज ऑल्सो देयर, हाँ।
Yes.
ठीक है, ग्रुप नंबर
ग्रुप
10
10 is शिव सर, डॉक्टर रोशन एंड डॉक्टर अंकिता।
दे हैव नॉट ज्वाइंट।
No, ma'am, I don't think they have joined till now. I did have a word, I mean, with Ajay sir, but I haven't received any update.
इन ग्रुप नंबर 11
Group number 11 is Ajay sir.
अजय सर, ओके। सो वी हैव टोटल 11 प्रेजेंटेशन।
And then group number 12 is Dr. Savita and Dr. Renuka.
ओके सविता, ठीक है, तो वी जस्ट वेट फॉर 5 more minutes, है ना,
ठीक है
सो
मैम।
दैट दे कैन ज्वाइन।
ठीक है
मैं
मैम।
तब तक उनको कॉल कर सकते हैं हम, दोज हु डोंट हैव एनी पार्टिसिपेंट्स ज्वाइनिंग इन। प्रज्ञा को
श्योर।
मैं कर लेती हूँ, प्रज्ञा को आई विल कॉल।
ठीक।
बाकी एसीसी में एक बार आप कॉल कर लो।
मैम एसीसी में मैंने वो किया था बट nobody has joined till now, देखते हैं।
Ma'am, I am from group 12.
साक्षी मैम।
हाँ,
Yes,
तो
ma'am.
ग्रुप 12
I'm
आपके
a
पास।
PhD scholar. I will be presenting for the group 12.
ओके
हाँ
ओके।
हाँ, आर यू आर ज्वाइनिंग?
Yeah, so we'll start. It's 1:42. We will start by
हाँ,
1:50.
प्रज्ञा प्रज्ञा मैम इज ज्वाइनिंग, है ना, तो वो
Okay.
उस ग्रुप का कर ले। आई थिंक अमरकांति हैज आल्सो।
Yeah, Amarkanti has also joined.
फाइन, तो हमारा ग्रुप नंबर 11 में अजय, अजय से बात नहीं हुई ना, अजय से कर। हाँ सर, आपके ग्रुप से कोई प्रेजेंटेशन प्रेजेंटेशन है ना अभी ग्रुप से?
school: academic excellence, innovation, and collaborative learning. We now move into the group presentation sessions, where participants will present their cases which have been worked upon in collaboration with Amity faculty members. The groups will receive inputs for refinement in their respective cases. We now request each group to present their case. The screen sharing has been open to everybody, so each of the groups can present their screen and share the screen for the presentations. The schedule was already shared with all the participants, so in case there's a some of you want, we already have the schedule, but in case somebody wants to move up or down, we can accommodate that. And we expect that each group will present for around 10 to 12 minutes, followed by a question and answer or comments from the panel members for 2 to 3 minutes. Thank you. So may we have group 2? If group 2 is ready, may we have group 2 presenting?
Yes, ma'am, we are ready.
Okay. So will you be sharing the screen, or do you want me to do the same for you?
No, ma'am, I'll share the screen.
Sure. Okay.
Sanchita ma'am, you can give the names of all the group members, है ना? तो
Sure, I'll do that.
you are
I'll do
available.
that, ma'am. Just give me a second. So, just give me a second, ma'am. So in group 2, we have Dr. Supriti Agarwal, Dr. S. Vidya, Dr. Isha Jayanti, Lakshmi Padma Kumari, Dr. Girisha T. Tanmay Baur, and Mr. Shubhajit Das. The case is on Noida International Airport.
Shall I start?
You can start.
Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes.
So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Subhojit Das. I am in my final year of MBA program from Amity Business School, Gurugram. Today, I will be presenting our case titled Sustainability at Runway Edge. I have worked on this case under the guidance of Dr. Supriti ma'am and Vidya ma'am. To begin with, let me explain you the title of the study. The case we have given much thought to come up with this title. As the title suggests, this study deals with pre-operational sustainability adopted by the Noida International Airport, the initiatives taken by them in terms of becoming one of the largest greenfield airport in India. Here is the background of the airport. So Noida International Airport is a major greenfield project in Jewar, which has been developed in Jewar. It's under a 40-year PPP model, which is public-private partnership model. Two parties are involved here. One is Zurich. It is developed by Zurich Airport, which is a Swiss-based firm. It in collaboration with the public sector Yamuna International Airport Private Limited. The EPC contractor is the Tata project. The EPC contractor is responsible for engineering, procurement, and construction of the airport. The airport aims to reduce congestion at Delhi IGI airport and enhance NCR connectivity. One of the largest cargo terminal is also being built at this facility. This airport is being built as India's rapidly growing aviation sector, supported by schemes like Udan, which entitles Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. So this airport is aiming to achieve net zero by 2030. Hence, making it this case is a critical case for studying sustainability in large infrastructure projects. Now I will request Vidya ma'am to continue with further discussion.
Thank you, Subhajit. Can you please move to the next slide? Subhajit,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
slide, next slide is not visible. Yeah, thank you. So with the continuation of this NIA case study, our main objective of this case is why the sustainability and how their sustainability policies has been implemented in this. So actually in all the airports, whenever you see this, they are utilizing a lot of energies and they are wasting waters. It is not about wasting water, utilizing a lot of waters. Everything is going on, but this NIA, that is Noida International Airport, it came up with a new idea where how we can move in the sustainability way of an airport. Here in this particular airport, when they have started to plan, like the initiation stage, that time itself they started this sustainability practices on their place. So from the beginning of water, land usage and energy, everywhere they have taken the sustainability practices and they literally started. That is like a showed that 100 percentage result, how that zero wastage can be achieved. So the first, in the progress of this objective, like first thing, it's embedded sustainability from the initial planning stage, and the next one, like how the environmental practices, like how we can analyze this environmental practices, land, water, air and waste management, as I discussed now. And then finally we have taken this assess that compliance and then performance shift, how it has been like uh, we can write it anything in the paper, we can create in a policies or anywhere anything, but how it has been shifting into that exact 100% performances, this is what we have made it into this objective. So mainly, like we are not taking this post operational only, we are focusing this pre operational sustainability commitment, how they have started and then how much they have reached. That's what we have discussed in the case. So with it, next slide. So these are all our infrastructure facilities. Actually, phase 1 to phase 4, that is nothing about like the year wise they have taken it. I think like they have started that previous, that is before the COVID, and the 2 years that COVID time, actually they got literal struggle over there, and again they have shift back like very quickly, and recently they have opened it. That is inauguration is over, so it covers up 7,000 acres and 17 mpba. That is they have a target 17 million like a target annual passengers capacity in the airport, and also 29,560 crores, that is project, like a cost approximately, like including all the um, labor cost and other energy cost and everything it has been. And also one more biggest point, it is 18 million hours of a safe man hours. There is no big accident, that is the major injuries that didn't happen over there. These are all the achievements on there, on apart from the sustainability, these are all the big achievements on this particular NIA. Next slide, ma. So what are the sustainability initiatives they have upgraded? First thing, it is land. Actually, a huge transformation happened over there. I think they have relocated the two villages over there, and equally they have compensated it. Also, like they have replanted that 11,460 trees, and like like removed it, and they have replanted by giving the sapling to the forest. In that UP forest, and it has been planted. That a kind of an forestations happen at it, and 2.6 crores actually paid as a compensation in the forest department for the whatever the tree they have cutted it, right. That's how they have compensated for the tree, and actually the land management one. And when you are coming into the energy, as I have mentioned in the earlier, like the solar system they have mentioned it, and 13 megawatts on-site solar plant is there, and also like 10.8 million that is the megawatts of the wind power via PPA they are taking it. And also, like I have to tell about it, like we are not working alone, that is NA is not working alone. Other outsourcing companies, like different companies are giving a lot of sustainability products to that NIA. It may be in a trial and error, but they are utilizing all those 70 percentage of the energy savings, 70 percentage of the energy savings products they are literally using in this NIA, that is airports. So it again tells about this energy in the in the way of sustainable. And next thing is water, 12 MLD sewage treated, that is STP plant is there, and 4 MLD under construction, because like like inauguration it's over, but still like they need 40 or 50 days more to entirely open it. That's what they have mentioned when we went into the inauguration time also. But officially they have done the inauguration, but the actual operation will happen after 1 or 2 months. So meanwhile they can finish all those things, so that like again the water save, water can be saved. Also like they have taken that rain harvest plant and everything very nicely, they have constructed over there to save the water and reuse the water. And exactly, if I want to say this, I like a zero wastage of water they have implemented it. They have taken the water for the construction from the Yamuna with the proper approval. Also like they have taken like underwater, underground water, like taken for that like a normal usage, like that is a domestic purpose. And also the drinking water has been like provided with a proper RO plant and everything. So how it has been in the sense like all those like the water, the wastewater, again they have utilized for the gardening purpose and everything. So from here like they have clearly informed us that is zero wastage of water. That's how like one of the water wastage that is management has been done by the NIA. And then waste management again, that with help of the municipal solid waste, municipal department, and also other outsourcing department, like they didn't reveal the name of the company, what are the companies they are taking the waste, but they have mentioned it, some company that is XYZ companies, they are taking the waste and they are like like a kind of a recycle triple R system they have implemented it, and they are reusing it. That kind of an hazardous waste treated as per hazardous waste rules according to the rules, and then they are reviewing it. It is not about dumping in one place inside the NIA itself. Again, the land won't be get wasted over there. So these are the sustainable initiatives they have taken, when they are doing that, the operation stage, in that time they have taken it, including the noise control, everything. Like they have fixed the timings actually, like early mornings they will be starting it, and then early night they will be closing it, so that it won't affect that neighbors also, the sound and everything. So like that, a number of sustainable initiatives taken by the NIA while the pre-operational stage itself. So Vijay, next slide. So these are all the operation and technology. So LC3 cement nanogens they have given it. Actually, this is more cost-effective products, and that also like one more thing. How I can say the pollution wise, like also it has a very less impact to the environment. And electric mobility and fleet, to avoid the air pollution, they have used this like 100% electric vehicles inside this. I hope yeah, everyone knows about it. Everyone use this air services, like from your boarding to like airport and the station, like they are using like petrol vehicles or petrol or diesel vehicles, they are using it. But to avoid that, they have taken this EV vehicles to reduce the air pollution. For that, like other companies like Tata and Mahindra, those companies have given E vehicles for NA also. And also smart energy and lightning, like this we have to mention it. Whatever the lights they have, inside the airport they have used, that has a very less emission, and also like kind of a 70% energy savings are there, 50% less maintenance it's needed. Like it's not too much of a so it's a whenever the light is needed, that time it will be get blink. It is kind of an so sensitive kind of a sensor by one thing. Okay, whenever you are moving, that time that light will blink, and the rest of the time it will be closed. So this is how we can save the energy. Again, this is given by one of the like I think blanket, if I'm not wrong. So Vijay, if I'm wrong, you can correct it. So again,
Pennytech
yeah,
Energy.
Penetech, yeah, Penetech Energy, they have given it. Yeah, thank you so much. Penetech Energy, they have given these kind of lights. This is how like the outsourcing, like the third party companies also helping that NIA to maintain the sustainable ways. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, we are into that conclusion now. NIA actually successfully has incorporate all the sustainable ways in the land and water or air, or whether the energy saving everywhere, they have taken it. In the pre-operation phase itself, like they have taken this much energy, sustainable practices over there, that is energy saving things. uh, Again, we are coming up with a few questions where like literally these are all the question marks. when the passengers are increasing, whether they are able to maintain these are the sustainable initiatives or not. That is the one question. Also, like net zero by 2030, that according to their vision, whether they are able to achieve all those things. Whenever we are getting more passengers on the NIA, that is Noida International Airport, then these are all the practices or the whatever the strategies we have implemented, that will be the real question marks. So this is where like we are giving some challenges for the discussion to for our students. And this would be like questionable and answerable when we are moving into the post operational phase also. So we have a plan that is like doing the post operational case also, and how much they have achieved. These are the initiatives and these are the things they have done in the pre operational. That is the one part. But the challenges whatever they are facing, exactly we can analyze when they are literally operating it. That is post operational one session if we conduct, then we come to know how much they can exactly they have achieved. That is initiation and achieved, we can calculate it. Yeah, I think that's all about from our side, and I'm expecting some.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
So, Dr. Vidya and group, thank you for presenting. It's a primary case or a secondary case?
ma'am. Fully secondary data, ma'am. Already we have a compliance report on their like a website. From that only we have taken, because we went there and we have done the group discussion, everything.
Do you, primary and secondary case in the sense, like if you have attended the sessions, it was clearly identified if you get a concern from a person who is working in the organization. So that is considered to be the primary. And if secondary means, because otherwise also you have to take the secondary data, whether you get a concern or not. So if
Okay,
you're ready
sorry.
to get a concern, we will go consider it as a primary.
Um,
And yeah.
Ma'am, still those are all in the progress, ma'am. We
Okay.
yet to decide. We have completed with the help of the secondary data those cases. Still, we
Mhm.
are discussing, ma'am. We actually they are also busy in opening, the inauguration and all those things.
Okay.
We have to discuss and need to complete, ma'am. It's
So,
like
Mata,
eighty
it is,
percentage. This case is over.
the person who has been in contact with you is not ready to sign in or not ready to give the consent. That's why you have to take it as a secondary, right?
Yes.
So, okay, fair enough. So, when because the guidelines of as for all the participants, what all we have studied for the last 4 days, it has clearly defined that there should be some dilemma to work upon. So, which we cannot see clearly, but it is there hidden in the presentation. But the clear dilemma, which is not being stated by the participant, that is one. Second thing is the title, because you have started with the sustainability, and we are talking about the NIA, right? So if the study is for the NIA, then yeah, that has to be highlighted. Right. So the title, because title is too long, title should not be long as like say 6 to 7 words, because they have specifically said according to the guidelines. And similarly, when there are no objectives, objectives you have defined, that are the three objectives that are there, but they are quite vague objectives, right? So specifically, when your title should or your dilemma should define the objectives, and the question should be aligned based on the objectives. So when you are taking three objectives, so there should be not more than 3 or 4 questions, because each objective is aligned with one question or maybe 1 or 2 questions. So what I feel that there is little vague in the slides, so that has to be narrowed down to one area, because when we are talking about passenger, when we're talking about the sustainability, so we have to take a decision, like say it has to be go in a smooth manner, so that it can be freeze to the mind of participants or the readers very clearly, like what is going to be the next step, and how the students who are going to be discussed in class, how they are going to be benefited, and what are the subject area that is going to be covered. So it is, I know that this is going to be the operation, but not fully. And also it has been defined that you have to define like a methodology or a method, right? Theory. So the theory has to be also aligned with if you're using the operation. So there has to be some sustainable or some theory has to be aligned with the questions as well as with the objectives. So that is what I feel is the missing. Once we get the or like say the recordings, so I think you should go with the recordings of the sessions. Then it will be more clear, and that so that it can be we can start it forward to have a better document to be presented.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, Shubhajit? Good work done.
Thank you.
Hello. ठीक है. At least it has been started, and we have the first presentation covering the things, and there are a lot of learning because every day we are
Yes,
going for
ma'am.
the so that is how we take this workshop further. Chalo, all the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your
Thank you,
suggestion.
ma'am.
Next, can we have group 2, please?
Ma'am, group 2 we have done.
Sorry, group 3. Group 3, sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Group one is not there. Dr. Sanchita, I think Dr. Himani and Dr.
Nandini.
Nandini, I think all of you please join the session.
Sanchita ma'am, is there any other?
Yes, we
I
are
think
here,
Aman
ma'am.
was there, na? Aman. Aman is not able to join. Fine. ठीक है. Yeah, please share your screen.
I will share.
Ma'am, also my Shikha is there. I am not very sure if Shikha has connected or has joined the session. Miss Shikha?
Miss Shikha?
I cannot see Shikha in the participants today, but it's okay.
So can we start?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Shikha?
Okay.
Yeah, Pooja ma'am, you can start.
Okay. So good afternoon, everybody. Me and Dr. Himani and Dr. Nandini and Aman and Dr. Shikha, we are presenting our topic for the case study. And the topic is building value from waste, Adit Birla Real Estate Sustainable Construction Strategy. So this is a case which is really based on the real life situation and real life problem which the real estate companies are facing. We have mainly targeted the Gurgaon area, and the problem that is arising is that the construction and demolition waste which gets out from the construction sites, how they can be reused. Can it be used in a sustainable way, or it can be used in some another way? So there are lots of questions that are there that how we can reuse this. So our case is basically based on this real life situation only. First of all, I would like to start with the Aditya Birla Real Estate information, little bit information I will share with you. So Aditya Birla Real Estate Limited, it was formerly known as Century Textile and Industries Limited, and it is a part of Aditya Birla Group. Now it is working as a premium developer operations under the brand name Birla Estate. The main areas where it is working is Mumbai, Bengaluru, Delhi NCR, and Pune. Yeah. The flagship brand is Birla Estate Private Limited. Now it is rebranded itself in the form of Century. It was formerly known as Century Textile Limited. Now it is changed its name. The core market areas are Mumbai, NCR, Bengaluru, and Pune. Okay, business model is utilize own land banks and joint ventures, build premium residential and commercial projects. Okay, this is all about Aditya Birla Real Estate. Now the key issue is that as we can see the report of BRSP, the company C&D waste, C&D is the construction and demolition waste, showed increase by financial year 24-25 due to increase in the project as shown. The exhibit is later, we can see the exhibit later on. So this is the issue which is rising. Now, this issue which is there, it is having a serious concern. The serious concern is that it is related to the operational concern. Operational means that how you are going to use that or use or reuse the waste. Financial concern because a lot of money is going into it in reusing or reusing or dumping this waste, and regulatory concerns are also there because there are strict penalties from National Green Tribunal and which has enforced the construction demolition waste management rules. So there are certain compliances from the government which has to be followed by the real estate companies. So the dilemma, what is the dilemma? Now Aditya Birla Real Estate must decide whether to continue with the traditional construction waste disposable methods, or they could adopt a scalar and a circular construction approach. Continue the traditional construction waste is having its pros and cons. And what the another is that using circular construction is a concept where we are reusing or rebuilding everything that is being produced. So we are not wasting it, we are reusing. So that is circular. So both the options are having their pros and cons. So when we are going with the first option, so we found that it is a familiar process that we are doing from the lot of years. It is less operational complex. What we are doing is in traditional method that there are municipal corporations places where you have to put all these debris and they used to recycle it, or how whatever they process they do is, but all the costs you have to bear about. So you have to decide it that are you going from this method, because the cost is also rising in doing all this process. There are penalties if you don't follow it properly, and there is environmental damage. The second option that is there is that you go through a circular construction approach where you are recycling the material, and through the process of recycling you are going sustainable, and you are reusing somewhere, you are saving the cost also, but there are some cons, or you can say rather than cons, there are certain uncertainties, and these uncertainties are required around the compliances standards, that what you are producing is it reusable or not. Okay, stakeholder acceptance is there. Suppose you are using the material in the building again, so the stakeholder or the buyer of the flat, is he ready to accept the product which is having the reused material and the initial investment? Because in recycling and making something else, it needs a lot of investment. So there is a dilemma that we should go with the traditional construction waste disposal method, or we can go with the circular or sustainability way of disposing the products. Okay. The protagonist in this case is the project leadership team at Aditya Birla, who is responsible for this project. As we have taken the consent from the company, so our protagonist is project leadership team at Aditya Birla Group. I have given here some recycling options. Recycling options is that there is one option that is RCA, there is one option that is RA, okay, where materials are crushed into old concrete and used for new constructions. So what they can do is that they can use this material, reuse the material in the construction, or they can use the waste material in some another products just like the payments, make the payments and roads, etc. So these are the recycling options. So students have to find out that which option is having what type of cost and what type of benefits, and they need to find out which recycling options can be used for the company. Objectives. So objectives of this case is to understand circular economy practice in the real estate. Means how to do it, reuse the circular economy practice, but how to reuse the product. So for the students, the first objective would be to understand circular economy practices in the real estate, analyze how construction and demolition waste can be transformed into valuable resources through recycling and reuse. Second is to evaluate the impact of regulatory framework on business decisions, because all the business decisions would be very much impacted by what the regulatory framework is given by the government. So anything has to be done under the guidelines which has been provided, and you have to see that how you can get the best cost following these decisions. To assess the business case for sustainability initiative, and the most important part is that the student has to find out the cost benefit trade-offs in all the options, in the traditional option, in the new option. What would be the operational challenges in both the options, and long-term advantages? What would be the long-term advantages in the traditional method or in the sustainability method? So long-term advantages of adopting recycled material like RCA and RA in the construction project. So we are having 3 objectives for this case study. Then I have given some discussion questions. So first discussion question is that how can sustainable practices be integrated into construction and demolition industry without significantly increasing the project cost? Okay. Second is, what are the key challenges faced by real estate companies while implementing C&D waste management practices? How can recycled construction material be effectively utilized in new projects? And in what ways can sustainability improve long-term profitability and brand value in the real estate sector? So these are the discussion questions. Then I have also included some models which can be used in the study. The first model is circular value creation model. So this model says that how the waste can be processed and made into the products which can create the value. For example, waste is C&D debris. Processes, how it can be processed, recycled, it can be crushed, it can be sorted, what can be done, and what can be the product be made which can be used and which can create value. So students can find out what can be the processes and what value can be created in each process. Then one more theory or model we have taken, that is sustainability decision making model. So this is the model which says that what trigger you to take an action and what are the options you are having. Then you evaluate those options and you take the decision, and then you come with the output. For example, in this case, NGT penalties, rising cost, these are the trigger which is pressurizing the Aditya Birla Group to take certain decisions. Okay? For example, go for the traditional approach or go for the circular approach. Then we have to evaluate the criteria, that what would be the cost, what would be the risk, what would the compliances, what would be the feasibility, and based on that, the students can take the decision that which recycling strategy they should need to adopt. So sustainability decision making model is there. One more model is, this is for the mainly for the process, what can be adopted from the first step to the last step. In the last step, you get all the debris and you think what to do. Rather than what you can do, you can start thinking of how to not create so much of waste, or how to reuse from the state, from the design phase itself. So these are the stages: design phase, procurement phase, construction phase, use phase, and end of life phase. So how it can be used in each phase of the process. Then stakeholder mapping model, one more model is that that can be used is that power interest matrix. So it is said that there are different stakeholders. The stakeholders can be based on the power and based on the interest that they are having in that project. So you have, as a decision maker, you have to take care that who are the stakeholders who are most powerful, and whose you cannot ignore their influence on the project. So you have to do all the calculations that everybody problem is being resolved, but the people who are having the more influence can be treated as their requirements should be fulfilled first. So if it is a government, or it is the law, or it is the compliances that should be taken earlier. Then I have written some key learnings that the students can take from the case. Is that first is that sustainability can create business value. It is not only that sustainability is only a thing which is not creating value, so it can create value. Second is circular economy as a strategic tool. It is moving from linear model, use dispose, to a circular model, reuse recycle, can improve both efficiency and competitiveness. Third is dilemmas involve trade-offs, not right wrong choices. So when there is a dilemma, it is not that something is wrong or something is right. You have to see where you are getting the benefit, what you are putting and what benefit you are getting in each options. Based on that, the students is to take the decisions. Regulations can drive innovations. So there are certain times when there is some pressure from the government, then the companies start thinking strategically and they come with some good innovative ideas. One more learning is that cost versus sustainability is not always a conflict. Okay. With right approach, sustainability initiative can reduce cost while improving environmental impact. Then implementation challenges matter. So when you are thinking something, when you are on the implementation ground, because it is said that making a plan and implementing a plan are two different things. So when you start implementing, there are certain challenges. So when you are thinking of any situation or case, the student should focus on all the implementation challenges. For example, quality concern, standards and compliances, stakeholder resistance, and scalability issue. And the last, I think the thing that students can take from this case is that strategic thinking at a project level. Decision taken at a single project can influence organization-wide strategy and future practices. So at one place, what decision has been taken or strategy is made can be useful on a larger framework. So in the last, I have mentioned some core regulations from the government, and some exhibits are there from Birla Navya, and some references are there. So that is all from my side.
Participants who want to add something, I think Nandini was there, Dr. Nandini, Dr. Himani.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So can you just show that exhibit, ma'am?
Yes,
So,
yes.
so the real estate of Aditya Birla is growing very tremendously from 2024, where the turnover of the entity is 26%. So the ESG report as well as the BRSR report shows like what are the circular economy that they are maintaining. That is already they are using 3R strategy, that is circular economy for waste management practices in Aditya Birla. So what they are doing is they're trying to do reduce, reuse and recycle. And most of the time they make sure that they do not have a lot of hazardous products produced through this particular waste. So they're trying to minimize the hazardous products of waste that are coming out from this particular product. So exhibit number 2, ma'am, can you just show that exhibit 2? So it can be easily seen that C&D waste is increasing from 24 to 25, from 5,121 metric tons to 14,400, as well as non-hazardous waste has increased from 124 to 289. Though it is non-hazardous, it is fine. But if you see the hazardous weight from 7.41, it has declined to 1.36. So what they're doing is they're trying to handle this and minimize whatever is the effect that is causing from the CNE practice, and they are trying to make the reduction in the hazardous waste. So this exhibit will help to answer the questions that we have given.
Yes. So I have specifically, there were two questions. One is, like say, because this particular case study, the title is absolutely fine. Objectives you have reformed. Objectives may, can you go to the objectives?
Yes.
So there is only one thing which I found in the objectives, that you have written two-liner, like say the first line is to understand and the second liner say that analyze. So this has to be reframed so that it can be communicated, because there are two keywords which are coming in. One is evaluate and one is examine, like one is understand, one is analyze, right? So access and understand. So it has to be only one, and it should be framing such that, so that the details should be covered in the objective. That is one thing. Second thing is, say the suggestions which is there is you have to see some of the published cases.
Okay.
Right? And like say you check for the published cases that how they have been considered the methodology of the model, and what are the models which are related to this particular kind of study, so that you can more work on that particular model alignment with the objective with the question.
Okay.
And the second, the next thing is the competitors who have not been discussed. So the competitors, because there are many more competitors who are doing the
The same
same
thing.
that are missing. And there is one, can you go to the questions? Because you have to align with some subject of management.
Yes, ma'am.
So your question should be like if it is sustainable marketing operations or whatever it is. So it has to be the question framing should be directly mapping with those. If it is related to operations, then operation side. If it is related to marketing practices or something, then it is related to that.
Okay.
So that has to be aligned. So when you identify that which particular area, then automatically these questions will align to that particular area.
Okay.
That has to be justified. Rest, it is good enough to go
Okay.
because for 3-4 days it is quite a
Yes, sir.
time, but
Yes, sir.
still you have done it faithfully.
Okay.
Good. Take.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, Sanchita ma'am, can we have the next group?
Presentation. Unique business.
Sanchita ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. We have the next group with us.
So, good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Bushra Khan.
Bushra ma'am, over to you.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, Bushra ma'am.
Nidhi ma'am, could you? Okay, yeah. So, good afternoon, everyone. So, I'm Team 4. With me, I have Dr. Viza and Dr. Deepa. So, the topic that we are presenting on the title of a case study is 5G investment
So,
dilemma.
Dr.
Lease or
Deepa
buy?
is present. Dr. Deepa?
Yeah, Dr. Deepa is there.
Is there? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
Is there. So, since this is a disguised company case, so we have put a disguised name. We have used it as Tower Company. So the scenario is this: that this Tower Company is one of the India's leading telecom infrastructure providers, and the main dilemma that this company is facing, that as 5G rollout is accelerating in the country, what should be their capital allocation decision with regard to leasing, or they should go for to ownership of the assets. So the main protagonist for our case is just a second. So the main protagonist for our case is Rajiv Mehta, who is a CFO, and he has 18 plus years in infrastructure financing. So the company is deciding, the engineering division of this company is proposing a 55 crore investment in advanced 5G test and measurement equipment. And Rajiv is very cautious because about locking up capital into rapidly evolving technology. So if he commits substantial capital to own assets, or whether he should go to and adopt flexible leasing to preserve liquidity and manage obsolescence risk. So before we proceed further, we would like to give a brief industry context about the 5G financial challenge. So we know that 5G requires sophisticated equipment like signal analyzer, spectrum analyzer, network tester, and drive test systems, and to make it, which makes it capable of handling higher frequencies and complex modulation. But the thing is that these assets are quite expensive and they are subject to rapid obsolescence. So we know that if anything regarding 6G discussions comes up, it will heighten the risk of purchase equipment becoming obsolete very quickly. So also the continuous testing across multiple geographies increases investment scale. So he is basically so the question is between whether they should go for leasing and renting solutions as in viable capex alternatives. So capex is where you own the assets. So here we say that instead of owning the asset, you are or this guy is considering either going for leasing or a rental solutions. So the main service provider for this tobacco company is ElectroRent Limited. So they are global provider of test and measurement equipment, leasing and financial solutions. So they tobacco approached the ElectroRent Limited with flexible leasing option to eliminate large upfront capex. And the financial director, Vikas Chopra, outlined financial and strategic implications. So Vikas Chopra is the finance director of Electroco, which is providing services to the tobacco company. So they are basically outlining what could be the financial and strategic implication if they go for leasing instead of owning the asset. So they have given three options to them. The one is operating lease, the other is finance lease, and then they are also providing rental solutions. So we can look at the plans. As you can see, the parameters to consider across these three options. So they require the initial outlay. If we go for purchase is 55 crore rupees, whereas for option B and option C, there is no such requirement. As per annual payment, it is 3 crore, which is the maintenance charges in the purchase category. For operating lease, it would be 13 crore, and for finance lease, it would be 14 crore. The term remains the same in all these cases. But in the first case, you will get full ownership. In the second case, there is no ownership. And in third case, the ownership is transferred at the end. So these are the further financial considerations which the company will be taking on. They will look through the total cost of ownership, NPV analysis, tax implications, and liquidity risks. As far as strategic considerations are concerned, the person concerned here would be looking through four aspects. We know that these telecom advancements, since there is rapid telecom advancement, which risk purchase equipment becoming outdated before and useful life, leasing enables them timely upgrades. Then we also know leasing allows TowerCo to scale operation based on project requirements, which is critical in dynamic 5G deployment. Also, ownership exposes TowerCo to idle capacity and underutilization. So leasing transfer part of this risk to the provider. And also there's a high chance of speed of deployment. So the decision point, as already stated, is between three options, either to go with option A, B, or C. So the learning objective that we have set for this case is that first year we'll be evaluating lease versus buy decision using NPV and capital budgeting, analyze financial and strategic implication of CapEx versus OpEx model, and understand how technology obsolescence impact long-term investment decisions. And the discussion questions that will come along with these objectives are like, how should TowerCo evaluate financial viability of each option? Which options offer the lowest cost considering time value of money? And how does technology obsolescence influence the decision? What are the strategic advantages of an asset-light model in telecom? How do leasing arrangements impact financial statements and ratios? And if you were the CEO, which option would you recommend and why? We have also come up with some way forward strategic recommendations, like the company can choose a hybrid approach where they balance between financing and operating lease mix, and they can prioritize operating lease for high obsolescent equipment, whereas they can choose ownership of core long-term assets. They can also strengthen their financial evaluation framework and align their investment with project pipelines. They can leverage vendor partnership, for example, in this case, electro-rent, and they can move towards an asset-light strategy. At the same time, monitoring the technological development that is taking place. This is all from our side. Yeah.
So, Fiza ma'am or any other participant who want to contribute something?
Ma'am, that's all. Rest we have prepared the opening paragraph and the learning objectives, and simultaneously we are working on two documents. One is teaching note and the case study. But still, there are many changes to be done because of the consent of our primary industry partner. So we are waiting for his consent.
Yeah. Dr. Deepa.
No, ma'am. I am okay with what has been presented.
Can you go to the objectives, Bushra? Can you go to the objectives?
Yes, ma'am. Sure. So, ma'am, these are the learning objectives.
Learning objectives and questions. So evaluate the lease and buy. I think that will be perfectly fine. Discussion questions are perfectly fine. But when you go for the way forward, next slide. So the way forward is because you have a specific way forward, that is, you are defining the title itself, that is buy or rent. So this can be all these 8 points. If it is very, very important, that has to be aligned with the two options, that is buy or rent.
Right.
So if they so it has to be clearly because you have already two options, that is buy. So out of covering to the 8 options, what are to be considered in the buy section, buy, and what are considered to be in the lease. So that has to be clear upon, and you can have a numerical question that
Right.
can be considered NPV जैसे आपने किया है, so that
Right.
can be the one question that can be carried forward. And similarly, you can have more kind of strategies where it can be work upon for the different questions. But only this observation, I think title is perfectly fine. It is communicating nicely. But the only thing is you can have, if I think you have the company name also.
Ma'am, actually,
the title.
haven't received the consent yet, so we
Okay.
are keeping it as disguised right now.
Okay, fine.
And ma'am, will be taking, for example, we are taking tower company now. So we are working right now in two telecom companies, and we are collecting data for that. And the one which gives us result better, we will put it in exhibit.
Fine.
Again, as a
Perfectly
disguise.
fine,
Yes, ma'am.
perfectly fine. And the competitors also you can discuss, because so this
Yes,
cannot
ma'am. We will be
Yes,
mentioning
ma'am.
whole telecom industry, how many companies are there, oligopoly competition, and so on. Yes, ma'am.
So based on their turnover, based on their this thing, so that has to be defined. That's I think that is
Yes,
only from my side. So good, go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your inputs. Thank you, ma'am.
Monica ma'am, now can we move with your presentation, your group's presentation?
So my group members, Sandeep and Dr. Preeti.
Ma'am, you, Rishi sir.
Rishi sir, I think he's not attending.
Preeti ma'am, I believe she is with us.
Preeti ma'am is there. And
Sandeep is also here. Amar and Leena ji.
Amar has also joined.
He is
Sandeep,
here.
are you there? Amar has,
Yeah, ma'am.
Amar is also there. Amar, I have not seen you in the previous workshop. I think, are you able to join the previous workshop?
No, ma'am. First 2 days I joined, but because of
Okay,
my
first
night shift,
previous
I
work.
was.
Okay, no issue. Chalo. So, who is presenting? Sandeep, you are presenting, or Preeti
Yes,
ma'am is
ma'am.
presenting?
I'm presenting, ma'am.
You are presenting. Fine, fair enough. So you can go ahead.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. So title of our case is Majisa Tax, can it stitch together flexibility, quality, and profitability? Type of case is primary case. Basically, Majisa Tax is a garment manufacturing unit based in Delhi. And we have the protagonist, Mr. Jitendra Singh, who is the sole proprietor of the company. And the dilemma is they are facing operational inefficiencies, inconsistent quality while outsourcing, and they have very tightened cash flow. If we talk about the timeline, then he think about this in March 2026. And now 5 Ws and 1 H of the case study. Who is Majisa Tax? What production and financial challenges? Where garment manufacturing unit? When seasonal demand cycles are there? We talk about why inefficiencies in the current forecast-based post system, and how is exploring demand responsive system. Company background, if we talk about industry, this is SME garment manufacturer who use PBS system, that is progressive bundle system, and forecast based manufacturing. Annual sale is around 9.8 CR and operates with distributor network. First, we will talk about operational challenges, then financial challenges they are facing. First one is seasonal demand variability. They have seasonal demand, like for a few months they have high demand, and for some 2 or 3 months they have slow time. But they don't have any production flexibility. They have fixed number of machinery and labors. So in terms of flexibility, in terms of units produced, they don't have any kind of flexibility. They have very high WIP, because they forecast and their sale is not demand based. They push their inventory, so they have very high work in process inventory and finished goods also. Capacity underutilization and offloading issues are also there. If we talk about financial challenges, then they have 100% credit sales and their average credit period is 90 days. Inventory they have for like 60 days and payables is 45 days. So basically their cash conversion cycle is 105 days. So this is the main challenges. Now we will talk about the system they are using. They are using push system, and the issues related to the system are forecast driven production, high inventory, delayed payments from the distributors as the demand is not is not demand based. This is forecast based. They push their inventory to their distributors and ask them to sell, and so low responsiveness is there. Theories to be used are like capacity planning, capacity flexibility, and supply chain coordination and vendor management. Decision context is a need for demand responsive system, balancing cost versus flexibility, and managing cash flows constraints. Now the core dilemma is whether to shift from PBS to pull system, forecast based to demand based system. Second one is whether to outsource or produce in-house. And the last one is how to improve their liquidity, or this is a challenge. While improving their liquidity, they may have some loss of sales because most of the sales are credit based. Objectives, in brief, if I talk about the objectives, number one is analyze production flexibility. Second is evaluation of outsourcing trade-offs. Third one is assessing financial management role. And these are the exhibits: monthly sales and production, cash conversion cycle analysis, capacity mismatch, and cost comparisons. Multiple option recommendations are there. First one is they may adopt hybrid pull system, mix of both demand and a bit of forecast. Implementation of engineering resource planning. Outsource basic designs. They have some basic designs of garments. They may outsource them from some vendors. Quality issues will be minimum in that case. And they may increase their cash sales mix. 100% CAD to they may shift to some 10, 20, 30, or maybe whatever they may sell in cash. And discussion questions are like how to design demand responsive system, what are flexibility challenges, how to position decoupling point. Decoupling point is the point where they are shifting from push-based system to pull-based system, and the role of credit policy. Conclusion, integration of operations and finance is very critical, and shift to pull improves efficiency and liquidity and lower the inventory. Thank you. And for teaching note, we'll prepare some summary, course targeted, related to operations and supply chain management. Objectives questions will be framed and teaching plan will be there and board plan. Thank you. Monica ma'am and Preeti ma'am, would you like to add something?
Yeah, so Preeti ma'am, any points you want to add?
In this case, I think we need to see that what details the owner is ready to provide, and probably then we'll have to, shape up the case accordingly. Because there are times when they are not ready to give us some financial data. So it may be possible that we may have to, look at the fourth question, whether that can be covered or not. So we are yet to explore. I
Yes,
think
so far we have
Sandeep can add.
limited information is there, monthly sales, production, etc. We need some more details.
So yeah, that challenge is yet to overcome. Otherwise, this is our broad plan that how we are going to go about this particular case.
So,
I
and
think
what are the
we need
subjects which I
we
think
need
Sandeep has not covered, but probably we are having the financial management and the operations. You know, these are the two subjects which we are
So yeah, that's why we haven't
working
mentioned
on it.
financial management because we were doubtful whether we'll have the complete data or not.
Complete
Right?
data.
So
So I think objectives as well as questions, everything is being covered. So any questions from
yeah, we can take
Mhm.
inputs from other participants
Other
and the panel
participants?
members. Yeah.
Sure, sure. So any questions or any inputs from the other members? So I think up to this, if you are aligned with the questions and everything, then I think it is more than the 30% work is done. Now only you have to reframe everything into a broader canvas and ready for submission. So that is
The outline or the framework is quite ready. We just need to add the meat, like ma'am mentioned. We have to add the meat there.
yeah. Chalo.
Okay, thank you, Arun.
Chalo. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, everyone. Now we can proceed with the group 5, Dr. Sanchita and Dr. Sumit. I request them to please share their screen and the work, please.
So we also have Miss Tanya and Miss Pranita along with us in the team. However, they've not been able to join right now since they have their classes and their assessments going on. So
I think
Sumer
Tanya
ma'am
has
will be.
joined. Tanya is there. Maybe she's not.
Ma'am, it's Tina and Pranita. So Tanya
Okay,
is
fine.
not in. Yeah.
Okay, fine, fine.
Yes, ma'am. It's Dr. Tanya in group 8.
Yeah. Sumer ma'am, we can start.
Yes, ma'am. Just give me 5 minutes. I'll just share the screen.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, we can see your screen. You can put it on the full screen mode.
Yes.
Done, ma'am, we can proceed.
Good afternoon, everyone. So our case that we are presenting, it's Dr. Sanchita, me and Dr. Sumer, and we have two master's students as part of our group, Tina and Pranita. So we'll be presenting our case about Kailash and Company. So this is the topic that we have decided because this company works for aluminum recycling. So the topic that we have decided is aluminum recycling, a sustainable energy case of Kailash and Company. So just a little introduction as why aluminum is important and where can we use aluminum? It's obviously used in transportation, construction, packaging, and other electric and consumer goods. The best part about aluminum is that it is 100% recyclable and
there is very little of the quality loss while it is recyclable. So hence the concept of circular economy, or the benefits of having a minimum loss, or what we say the minimum resource loss. So in terms of the challenges that this aluminum industry faces is the energy that is involved in it. So there is a high high dependency on coal and electricity. And besides this, there are other concerns, or there are other challenges regarding power tariffs or fuel prices or another environmental compliance costs related to it. So this is just an overall scenario that how the a recycling industry or a manufacturing unit faces the challenges. But since the company that we have chosen, Kailash and Company, which is a company which is based in Bahadurgarh, Haryana. So it is an aluminum recycling unit, which we have selected for this particular case, for writing this particular case. So the company was established back in 1997, and it offers a variety of aluminum ingots in the market. So various products which are related to, which are made of aluminum. So its aim and mission was to present basically the finest quality of aluminum ingots as manufacturer as well as the supplier. So it was started with this mission that it has to supply the best quality of aluminum products, both as manufacturers as well as the suppliers. So it works differently for many other small recycling units in India, but as I already said, that the challenges that are associated are with how to melt this aluminum. So since we have taken this case of Kailash and Company, so this company uh, is not primarily dependent on coal and electricity as its primary fuel, but it uses biomass pellets as its primary fuel for melting the aluminum. So here, the best part about this company is that that it tries to reduce this environmental waste, and also it tries to reduce the environmental degradation. So using biomass pellets as its primary fuel for melting the aluminum. So if we look at it from the economic point of view, we see that, of course, biomass pellets are stable in pricing, and as well, they have lower environmental costs compared to the coal. So in case of this particular company, which does not fully work on the concept of the sustainability, but the problem that we have identified, though it is a best case of sustainability, but then the entire the entire processing that is involved in making or in manufacturing these aluminum products is we also need to melt the aluminum first during the process. So for that melting of the aluminum, or what we call as what is the purification of the molten aluminum, we still require coal. It doesn't use these biomass pellets for melting of this aluminum. So because one, this coal helps in removing these impurities from this molten metal, which is aluminum, at a very lower at a very lower and immediate cost. So hence they're using this coal as a product, as this the company is using this as for the purification of this molten aluminum. So we have tried, we have identified this problem and tried to improve its energy efficiency so that one, that we are able to reduce the production cost as well as improve the overall economic performance. So the problem with the company as of now that we have been able to find out is that it is not using entirely a cleaner option or energy efficient technology. It is partially using the energy efficient technology. So this problem is what we are looking at closely, and we are trying to help them find out better ways or having a cleaner alternatives for energy efficient technology, which will actually lower down the long-term costs and the emissions. But the challenge as of now is that requires a lot of upfront capital. So, which is basically a biggest challenge for a small MSME like the one that we are talking about. One of the best examples that I already gave is the Kailash and company. So for them, not switching on completely to the options of using energy efficient alternatives is a challenge because of the significant capital which is involved in it, right? So the core dilemma that revolves around this entire case revolves around this choosing between these short-term economic gains, which they are able to gain right now through these traditional methods of using the coal as an alternative, and the long-term sustainability through cleaner and more efficient practices. So we are trying to find out an option, or we are trying to address this issue that though they have been able to do this at a very at a short time gain, they are able to gain these short-term short-term gains, but how to have a long-term sustainability through more efficient and through more cleaner practices. So the main objectives that we have tried to look into our case to basically analyze the cost structure of energy while using aluminum recycling at the Kailash and company, with special focus on expenditure on biomass pellets, electricity, and coal. Because right now the company is using the mixture of these, right? It's using the biomass pellets for at one step, and then some proportion of coal and electricity for the other processing unit. So we are trying to analyze the cost structure of this energy use in this aluminum recycling company. And the second objective is we are trying to examine how this firm's choice of this fuel mix, which I said, will basically affect the production cost, will affect the energy efficiency, and as well as the overall economic performance. And the third objective that is we are trying to assess the potential cost savings and the economic benefits of energy sufficient and sustainable practices in the aluminum recycling MSMEs in Haryana. So this is how we'll be trying to fulfill these objectives, which will basically help us to find out the best option, which is actually going to have us sustainable practices with the cost reduction as well as the energy efficiency and the overall performance of the MSMEs in the district Haryana. So these are some of the suggestion questions that we are trying to answer through our case. Is should the firm continue using coal for purification, or should it shift to cleaner alternatives despite the higher costs? So what is the best best suggestion, or what is the best way that should this firm basically try using the coal as a product for purification, or should it have some alternative alternative best options? The second suggestion, a question that we are trying to answer through this case is that how can energy efficiency improvements help long-term production costs? Because when you talk about economic efficiency, you're not talking about the benefits which are in the short term. We are looking at what you call as long-term production costs. How do we help improve, reduce these long-term production costs? And which involve investments, right? And we are trying to find out that are these investments, even if we are doing investments or if we are suggesting some investments options to the company, are these investments feasible for such a medium and small, enterprises like this Kailash and Company, which is based in Bahadurgarh. And the third question, which is very important, that what is the role of the government, or what is the role of the government policy, or as how does a policy from the government policy or the policies from the government help this industry or support this industry, which is going to help these small firms basically adopt these cleaner technologies? Because as I said, that to adopt a cleaner options or to invest in huge invest in these feasible technologies or greener technologies requires a lot of investment. So which is not obviously feasible for an MSMEs. But how is government going to help them adopt these technologies? So we are trying to basically find out the answer to these questions. So that's all we have done as of now. So we are looking forward for meeting the protagonist, who is the owner of the company, Mr. Kailash. So we are figuring out when can we meet him in person, and we can discuss some more issues or some more suggestions, that how can this company basically be a role model for the other companies in order to have options which are greener and which are safer to use and also cost efficient at the same time. So that is all, I think, from our side. Thank you.
Can you go to the titles, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So aluminum recycling, a sustainable energy case. So normally for the case study, I have not find any title with the case, right? Because title is also having a case, and this is a case study also, right? So maybe you have to see that whether it is okay or not by seeing some of the title of the case studies.
Okay. Sure, ma'am.
And
Sure.
if you go to the objective slides, I have further observations for the objective slide. So when you talk about the objectives, and because if you are targeting the global case center, right? If you are going for the IV or maybe somebody, because we have to look for the global level. So if you're using the word Haryana, or if you're talking about the policies, right, so it may be mismatched, because maybe if this case study was covered in the management class of the US or maybe UK, so the government policies, as well as what all we are talking about in a small city called Haryana, right? So small state called Haryana, so that may differ. So first two questions are perfectly fine, but in this third question, you have to see, or you have to reframe maybe sustainable practices, but you have to talk broadly in terms, but we cannot quote any state, so that because they are not knowing about our culture, right? And if you to take this particular case to the broader level, so that makes a difference, and they are not able to relate. So maybe that time there may be the problem for acceptance of the particular case if we mention something which is not globally identified. So these are the two observations, so that can be reframe and make it at a global level, right?
All right, ma'am. All right.
So any other observations from any of the participants? Aditi, we may move to the next group.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Good.
Okay, so
Carry on, Sumer and Sanchita.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Good show.
Next, we have Dr. Geeta, Dr. Aditi, group number 6, Dr. Geeta, Dr. Aditi, Sarika Anil Bhosle, Randhir Singh Moite, Pooja Sharma, and Ashish Ashok Chavan in the group 6. And their company is an insurance company.
Hello, ma'am. Just a minute. Let me just share the screen.
May I request the other participants of this group to also join and open up their cameras?
Dr. Geeta is on leave today. I think she has not joined us. She's not feeling well.
Okay.
Right. So I'll proceed with the case.
Yeah.
So our work is actually related to e-insurance company. We have not yet received the permit from the institution to share the name, so that's why we are just saying it's a digital company. So the main topic which we have taken, the title is Balancing Operations and Transformations. It is related to challenges which the project management team in the health claim department is facing, because spoke is into the health claim department, Mr. Divij, who is helping us out in writing up this case. So this case is going to explore how a leading e-insurance company navigates the tension between day-to-day claims, operating and strategic digital transformation. So they are facing lots of problems, which is related to a daily dashboard or a lots of pendency related to the claimings is there. The emails are always flooded, the vendors, the CRM and the ITs are always there, the deadlines and all. So this is something which they have been facing from a long period of time, the delay system. So the management process is actually not able to meet the deadlines which they have committed to the customer. So that is one of the biggest thing. The core dilemma which they have, that the health claim department must process claims within the strict SLAs directly affecting the customer's health care access, delivery technology driven transformation system upgrades and the digital integration. So when there is a delay, the customers get impacted, and when we are talking about the healthcare department, so customers are already into a tension, so they are they become furious, they become angry. So these all are impacting the employees of the department, which is further deteriorating the conditions of the employees as well. Main challenges: number 1 is the delays, number 2 is limited visibility. That means there is no real-time view of the project status or the claim backlog across the teams. So in case if 2 members of one particular team is on leave, maybe for 10 to 15 days, so if the work has to be transferred to some other team, they don't have access to that. So that is again one of the limitation which Mr. Divij shared with us. Then the third challenge which we highlighted was the stakeholders dependency. And the stakeholders dependency in terms of heavy reliance on the IT, CRM units and the external vendors they have been coordinating with. So if there is a delay from the external vendors also, they are facing it because the customers are directly connected with the Divij, not with the vendors. Workload imbalance is there, insufficient distribution of tasks across the teams. This is related to even the work-life balance problem as well. So these are the 4 basic challenges which we identified in the first 2 rounds of interaction with him. Root cause which we were able to identify was that structurally it does not just technical, it is like there is no coordination and the unclear accountability is there. So if one group is not doing, then they are blaming it to other teams. So there is no accountability accountability which any department or 2 or 3 people or a particular post or a particular designation can claim or take, that yes, because of us this work has been delayed, and because of us the other people work is also getting hampered, or because of us the entire project is getting impacted. So the first thing is coordination. Second thing, which the root cause, is that there is no accountability amongst the team members and between the teams. Framework for resolution. So three major frameworks resolution which we have come up with is: number one, to have a project management officer, PMO, to centralize governance and oversee and across functional coordination, which will somewhere down the line will help them to reduce their number one problem, which was the coordination. Number two is the sprint based delivery to improve the responsiveness and to increase the accountability amongst the team. That is something which we will like to suggest. And number three is to work on RACI metrics, that is responsible, accountable, consulted and informed, so that all the stakeholders, even the external parties and vendors, inside employees and even the customers, can see that yes, where the work is getting stuck, or who is responsible, which department or which people are not able to do, and if they need any consultation or any other help, the people will be there. So this is something which the solution which we say, with three solutions which we were able to identify. Strategic alternatives are also surrounded with these. So we are also proposing them, or we can propose them, is to deploy the dashboards which can access with all the team members and especially the PMOs, so that they can, if in case they want to transfer the work to another team like the IT departments or the IT industry do, so that they can easily transfer the work. There is a accessibility to others also if needed, and automated processes, right? So if the process line and the what we say is that daily base operation routine can be constructed, that will reduce a lot of problem and the tension and the workload and the overworking problems which the institution is facing. There are three major learning objectives which has been designed. Number one is to analyze based on the balancing operational efficiency with the project executions in dynamic service environment. Second is to evaluate the role of the governance, stakeholders, coordinations and accountability. Third is to design integrated solution that enhance the efficiency, transparency and the healthcare access. So the questions which we have aligned is somewhere down the line also with the alignment of SDG goals and the Bloom's level testimony which we have learned in the workshop. So if I can show you this metrics table. So we have 6 questions. Each question is being aligned with the Bloom's level, with the SDG and the focus point related to the each question. So this is the work which we have done till now. And I will be looking forward for the lots and lots of the expert advice and the comments, so that we can really create a good case study, especially for the students who are at the very initial level of the management, maybe for the UG and PG students.
I think I have just gone through your presentation, and what I found is that is a very good case, but it has to be streamlined with the like say you have to basically identify whether, because we are talking about here the root cases what Divij is facing. So it can be more of the operations case.
Okay.
Right. So it can be like because there are 2-3 things which are being missing out in your details as well as in the questions and answers. So it can be better to go for a lean thing, because in the total quality management we talk about root cause analysis. That is one of the technique for the lean practices.
जी.
So that can be think of, and
Sure.
you can see that, because if it is talking about only about the operations, then the title has to be uh, balancing the title. I think that will be work fine because it has operations as well as transformation.
जी.
That is balancing operations. So ठीक है, so that will be the operations. But is it HR operations, or is it what because this is management, more of operations kind of thing, but it is not HR kind. HR तो नहीं है ये.
नहीं मैम, HR is not involved.
Operations.
It is totally related to the day-to-day operation people. So it is operation challenge or the transformation which we will be talking on.
सो जैसे हम जब क्वालिटी की बात करते हैं, टोटल क्वालिटी की बात करते हैं, तो वन ऑफ द टेक्निक दैट इज द रूट केस एनालिसिस दैट इज देयर. सो दैट कैन बी वन क्वेश्चन, है ना. इसी तरह से यू कैन हैव द अनदर क्वेश्चन वेयर यू कैन आइडेंटिफाई दैट व्हाट आर द where there is a delay in the practices, maybe, right? So if it is something related to the personal thing, right? So that how it is going to be taken care of, and if it is related to the technical or this thing, so how it can be taken, or if it can be both. So technology is there because if it is directly forwarded to a particular person, then what is the strategy behind it? So it is strategic as well as operations and quality management. So so this three has to be covered, and accordingly you have to draft the questions so that these all subjects will be taking the incorporation.
Sure.
Any other inputs from any other member?
Yeah, hi Aditi. Good
Yes,
evening. First of all, I'll say you have written a very nice.
Thank you.
But I have a approach. I have seen in a holistic approach what you have presented. It is more or less a very good analysis and a teaching note in the entire what you have given. But the case content is only a dialogue and a kind of a situation you are showing, because all your presentation will be furnished if you're going for any publication. I'm not saying very, very high category even. So this will be a lovely teaching note. But the case study needed to be drafted now. So everything, your analysis, and because you have directly started from the problems. So problems are identified after the analysis. There are certain details. So that are completely missing, and that needed to be framed. So the case needed to be framed. It is okay, like the teaching note has been come first, and then the case can come. That can be always there. But what we will be sending, if you want a publication out of that, then the case needed to be drafted.
Yeah, definitely, I agree, ma'am. Because actually, what happened is when we had a word with Mr. Divij, he was super excited, and he was only talking about the problems. So in the first two meetings, we only noted down the problems only.
Yeah, not going to publication. It's like more or less a consultant has made a presentation, then academician. It was like out of the blue, something very different from the trend. Like when McKinsey or all these companies they give, so this is like a prescriptive analysis they have done and a prescription given on this. So if you can get paid well, then you can go for a consultancy project rather than getting it published.
No. Definitely, ma'am. We will definitely work on it. We have a couple of days with us.
No choice. If you want to take it that way, so not as academician or publishing case, so that is also fair enough, because that will be in their internal records. They will not like to disclose.
Correct.
And you can have an experience and the money out of it, so that's also fair enough.
Ji, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Shilpa, ma'am. Any other views on my work?
I just wanted to compliment that you've really done a great job. And in fact, I was going to compliment on the last slide. You've made a very nice teaching plan. Yeah, just wanted to add that, since you've already talked about the focus that would be there, we can also add the kind of method, like would you want to do a group discussion, or would you want to do a role play? So that would be, in addition to mentioning the focus, you can also use different methods. So like Parul ma'am mentioned that there's a lot of weightage on that also, that what are the different tools of teaching that you can integrate while teaching the case.
हाँ जी
So I think that even in our case, we would try to use a few tools like role plays and group discussion.
जी thank you so much ma'am I will
Thank you.
definitely look on this one thank you
Thank you.
thank you everyone.
Thank you, Aditi ma'am, for the presentation. Next, we have group number 7, which is Dr. Ajay Pandey, Dr. Jomit, Ms. Pragya Singh, Ms. Tanima Nandal, Anshukana Datta, and Shilpi Rathore. May I request the group members to open up their cameras and start with their presentation?
Good afternoon, everybody. This is group number 7. I hope my voice is audible and my slides are visible to everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I will start with the slideshow.
Yeah.
The case which we have taken is actually of metal men, but we'll have to conceal this name because there are still certain permissions which are to be taken. So I have not displayed the name openly. And the problem with this company is going is lean and sustainable cost reduction. Let's go about the company. It is a leading Indian supplier of sheet metal and tubular assemblies. There are 400 building robots and automation. Focus is on quality and cost efficiency. They have also taken, these are the sustainable initiatives they have taken, which is visible. The rooftop solar plants they have installed, the ISO certifications, and the focus is on energy saving and emission reductions. The company has done a lot of CSR initiatives like blood donation drives, tree plantation, eye camps and education support, community engagements. But if everything is green, then what is blue? So now let's come to the blue points or the discussion points. First of all, the company is having profit, but actually it has reached to a scale where if it will not put new practices, the diseconomies of scale will start happening into the company. So it needs to have process improvements, reduction in cost, leveraging automation and digitalization. Because somewhere they have to reduce the cost and they have to increase the efficiency. So with this industry 5.0 coming, this is basically the buzzword. That is the solution they have to take. So they have to embrace this automation, artificial intelligence, and digitalization. Now you cannot plunder your company at a point with this. So what you need to do is you have to do reskilling and upskilling of your employees so that you can embrace the change. So these will be our discussion points in our case study. How they will do the process improvements. They have to reduce the cost because if they don't do it at this point, they will go into diseconomies of scale. They have to leverage upon automation and digitalization. And with that, they have to go for reskilling and upskilling. So our objectives would be to improve lean manufacturing efficiency, enhance sustainability practices, use automation and digital tools, and align with the CSR and operational goals. These are the key objectives of the case which we'll have to go through. For lean elimination, first of all, certain points I would like to emphasize: waste elimination. The waste has to be eliminated. So our cost would be reduced. Top time balancing is when one production is done at a point, at the same time the next level of production should be done. So what we will save the inventory cost of holding these raw materials. Then whatever we are producing, first we should analyze what the demand is there with us. If we have a demand, then we should go for production. I want to emphasize that the inventory cost has to be reduced. It will reduce my manpower, it will reduce my inventory cost, that is the storehouse and warehouse cost. Cellular manufacturing has to be increased. Process optimization. The process which we are using, it should be efficient and effective so that we have less wastage coming up, and it has to be a Kaizen system. That is, we have to be improving in every step. One upon a time, we won't improve, but we have to keep this process of everyday improvement in our processes. We have to have a check and balance and understand that where we are fall, because this company will actually go for automation. Then there would be a lot of unfreezing and refreezing going on in the company. So every step would be a learning process for this company, and you have to be constantly improving with the Japanese system of Kaizen. Energy efficiency improvements, we have already seen that they are on solar energy. So they have to be more on energy efficiency. I have already said that waste reduction has to be, in fact, this is the group has already said that waste reduction should be minimized. There should be recycling going on in every stage. Whatever waste, if we can reuse it, it has to be, all of us, like in an Indian society, we know the value of recycling. We don't waste even our food at the houses. So if we recycle it, the same this company can also go. It's a very simple explanation, I could think. Resource optimization. What we have to optimize it towards our best. There should be initial cost should be less, and again we should go on long-term saving, because again I said it's like a ship which has sailed into a new horizon. So we have to keep our reduction in everything. Automation and digitalization. I have been emphasizing in automation from the starting, but I would like to say that automation is a good servant, but a bad master. The decision-making skills should be in the hands of the management who has been there since the time immemorial, because they have the experience. This is what cannot be replicated by machines, and these are the core values of the company, which cannot be like the address agent onion model. These are the core values. They cannot be replicated by their competitors as well. And digitalization, again, they have to embrace digitalization in a stage by stage way. There should be smart monitoring, data driven decision making. You have to take a data that what are my demands, and in the same way we are producing, we are not going for excess inventory, excess raw material, or excess finished product. It has to be a scale of production. Integration with the lean system, there should be less wastage. We should go on the values which customer is willing to pay, because it's basically the industrial customers would be the customers of this company. So the production should be with demand, and then there should be perfection. There should be social responsibility, and this company has been very good at social responsibility. This is the reason we should embrace this automation with keeping in mind the key management staff, because we have seen that they have already kept this CSR initiatives into drive. Again, employee training and involvement is very important. We saw that there are certain very old employees at the shop floor level also. So we should actually go for a brainstorming in this process of continuous improvement. We should involve even the lower employees, lower levels employees who are actually the shop floor employees and who are working on the shop floor. So the idea they have is from their experience, not from the bookish language. And that is actually very valuable for any company. Suggestion schemes should be there. As I said, that this company is going through a overhauling. The initial phases are being made. So we can have suggestion boxes. We can invite the shop floor people to come and give suggestions that how can we improve. This is the automation we are going. Are you accepting that? How will you help in that? Because this change should be instilled in them that this is your change. It is not a change which is coming from management. It is a change we are doing for the people, and there should be democracy in that. And again, there should be a continuous improvement culture. Today, if an employee has done something good, he should be encouraged for that. So the others will also feel that we have to improve. So along with automation, I want to emphasize on the role of the soft skills into this. CSR has to be linked with productivity so that the company's image will be increased. So with conclusion, we can say that there should be focus on internal efficiency, combine the lean, sustainability, and technology. Sustainability, I meant to say the CSR initiatives and how we can control the environment along with our automation. We have to combine lean, that is waste management. The raw materials have to be purchased after getting into planning what will be the demand, and there should be a very fast movement of the goods. The inventory should not be held in store. So we will save our inventory space and inventory cost. Technology has to be embraced, but in stages along with reskilling and upskilling. long-term cost saving without expansion. Like we are not going for a new plant. As we have already said, the company cannot afford setting up a new plant, but we can go for horizontal integration. We can involve new products into our production. And this is a long-term strategy. Short-term, the company is doing well. But if it is not taking a long-term initiative, it will go into diseconomies of scale. So since it is a long-term initiative, it can come in stages. This is a proactive measure that the company is doing rather than a reactive measure. So these are certain suggestions we can say. And that was what we could make. It is a very small presentation, I understand. But now we will be open for questions. And I would like to call my group members to answer the questions along with me.
Yeah. Sure, Dr. Shilpi, what I have understood that because in your whole presentations, there were 2, 3 unique points that are going to be covered. So based on, first you have to think of a dilemma. What is
Yes.
going to be the dilemma of this particular case? So what do you think is the dilemma for this particular case?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, as per me, as per our group, the discussion points could be how we can increase the production and reduce the cost. And we can match it with the coming automation for the company, and we can leverage it for our
Yeah.
company.
So when we say that grow efficiency, everything that comes under the lean
Yes,
management, right?
yes, ma'am, lean management.
So the case will be fully dedicated to the lean management, and then it can look forward for the operational efficiency and the waste reduction,
Yes.
right? So for operational efficiency and the rate reduction, waste reduction. So so basically you have now gathered the whole data or the whole slides into 2 pointers. So one
Yes.
pointer will be based on the objective number 1, that is talking about the lean management, and
Yes,
second
ma'am.
will be talking
Yes.
about the waste reduction.
Yes.
So when we talk about the automation, when we talk about the data-driven approach, when we talk about the CSR activities, right? So,
Yes.
or CSR can be the thirds, right? So there can be
Okay.
3 objectives based on what we have discussed.
Yes.
So based upon the number of practices that they are already having. So
Okay.
it can be divided into these 3 broader points, and you have to carry forward these objectives based on this in your teaching note. Right, but in case of case study, so case study base, you have to consider the broader view of Middleman, what it is doing, and where when it is established, and who are their competitors, right? And
Okay.
who are
Yes.
their because they are the second tier, so maybe who are their supply,
Yes.
whom they
Raw
are
materials. Yes.
raw material and getting their raw material supplier as well, right? So this all has to be discussed in the
Yes.
major.
Basically, ma'am, it is a B2B like business. There's customers are also business owners. So
Yeah,
business
yes.
groups. The B2B
Uh,
marketing, ma'am.
Yes. So basically, when we are talking about the lean, or when we are talking about that they are ISO certified or something, then they have to take care of their raw material where they are getting has to be on those practices, because
Okay.
otherwise it is going to be this thing. So choice of the supplier, right? And so this all can be the part of the case.
Okay.
And because
Yes.
they are already doing these practices, but to
Yes.
ensure the waste reduction or the operational efficiency, so they have to do it rigorous by the means of the technology, by the means of automation and many more things. So I think now you got the clear idea about all the
Yes, ma'am.
3
Yes, ma'am.
broader
Thanks.
umbrella based on the objectives, based on the research questions. Now you can take a track of defining these 3 questions, and turn out to be what will be their way forward. You have already defined the dilemma, and the way forward
Yes.
will be the lean practices, maximum use of lean practices and what is going to be achieved is the operational efficiency and the waste reduction. Right. So the case should talk about all these things in one paragraph. Like when we talk about lean
Okay.
practices, the 1, 2, 3. And when we talk about automation, so they are doing this. So somewhat that is going to be the cover in the case, which will be 4 or 5 page. And
Okay.
the rest of the things will be coming in the teaching note. As when we talk about like teaching note of 15 pages, including annexures. So it may be 10, 12 pages, and 3 or 4 pages may be the exhibits. So 10, like 3 questions. So 3 questions may come out to be the 3 pages each. 3 threes are 9, and then one page will be the synopsis defining the objective and like board plan and so, and the rest of the page will be the exhibits.
Yes.
So 3 page, one question will carry the 3 page. So according to this, you have to start developing, and I think
Yes.
you form a very good group. I can see Pragya, Shilpi, and Tanima is also there with you. So
Thanks for your feedback. Actually, case study was a new thing for all of us.
yeah,
So,
no issue, no issue. We will work together. I think
yes.
Pragya ma'am has already, I have already have a commitment with Pragya ma'am, so we will do it together. Actually, Dr. Pandey, his mother has expired, passed away recently, so he has gone, and Dr. Zomit has gone for the official visit. So they are not able to join, but no worries, we are always with you. So
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Okay,
Thank
you.
Good, good.
Thank you so much, everybody. Next, we have Dr. Shilpa Khanna, and along with her, we have Suryansh, Dr. Tanya Mengi, Miss Mona, and Noora Mariam as the group members. They'll be presenting on Jet Airways. Shilpa ma'am?
Yeah, hi, I'm
Yeah,
there.
hi.
I'm there. Actually, Sanchita, I was in touch with two of the members, and the other members you have just named, I have not even interacted with them.
No issues, ma'am. No issues, ma'am. So
Yeah.
whoever is present and whoever you've worked with, you all can present together, ma'am.
So I have got actually very less time to work with Tanya and Mona. I've just interacted with them. And I had an idea about one of the case, which is I am amidst developing, and it's in a, just a second. Share my screen. I am not sure why it's not showing. Yeah. I think I can.
Can we share your screen?
Yeah. There's some problem.
Sanchita, you have the PPT?
No, ma'am. Shilpa, ma'am.
Yeah, just a second.
Yeah.
I'm just figuring out why this is. Is it showing to you?
No, ma'am. It is not visible to us. We cannot see the sharing.
No?
No, ma'am.
No, just a second, because I've logged in from this thing.
No, ma'am, that's fine. So there's a share button on the lower panel.
Yeah. It's not loading and it's not viewing. If it is not, I'll just explain it just like that.
Yes, ma'am. The screen is now up.
It is visible.
Shilpa ma'am, you are on mute. Could you please unmute yourself?
Shilpa ma'am, you are on mute.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, yes, ma'am.
And now we are not able to see the screen.
Ma'am, if you could just minimize, yeah,
Yes.
done.
Is it?
Now we are able, yes, we are able to see the screen now.
So this is basically a very embryo case. I mean, still in the first trimester and a way to be delivered, whether in a form of a teaching case or whether published or not. So I have focused here about two leaders, two entrepreneurs. Mr. Naresh Goel from Jet Airways and Ajay Singh from SpiceJet, who have been the founder of these two airline giants. And this case is basically will be a descriptive comparative scenario, and it will be a quick teaching case where the case will be around 3 to 5 pages, and the teaching note is going to come around 12 to 14 pages, and based on the secondary sources. And these sources will be the archived interviews and the reports and the industry report and the newspapers. Already, I mean, the interview has been taken because currently they both are facing a lot of challenges, and though they have seen very good time. And the timelines, I am just using three timelines and three critical incidences in 2019, 2022, and to 2026. Which both the leaders have faced in the similar scenarios, and both have taken, I mean, differential leadership style to solve the issues and run the business. So the story is like based on the business life cycle of Jet Airways as well as the Spice Jets, and also the life history and the background and the initial background of both the founders, where Naresh Goel have been from a Punjabi family where he was born in a very poor family where the jewelry business was going there, and his schooling and everything have also been in a very challenging time frame. He was just able to manage a BCom degree and then started his salary with 300 bucks. And then he just got opportunity in working with different airlines, and then he just being a very successful entrepreneur, one of the in the airline industry, and he made a name of Jet Airways. On the other hand, Ajay Singh has been from very good institutes like IIT Delhi, and he has done MBA from Cornell University, and he has also a law degree from DU, and he has a lot of success stories before even Jet Airways, even the SpiceJet, which was a low cost airline. He has been advisor for Delhi Transport Corporation, and he has the turnaround strategy for them. And he has been a different personality with certain of the interviews and the dialogues of which we will be incorporating in the case. So both they have been successful many a times in handling the crisis, and but in few situations they have faced severe hardships as well as failures. But both of them have been the heroes of the story, and both of them respect each other. They have been one interview which I will be further quoting in the case, that which Ajay Singh said, "Today indeed it's a sad day for Indian aviation. By launching a truly world-class airline, Naresh and Anita Goel made India proud." This was the time he gave this statement in 2019. So just mind here, there's not enough data here written here. This is just a rough draft. I've just meant down a few lines. So we have to work on the citations part, that from where they have been included. So and the one hand, Ajay Singh has a leadership style of being a very human-oriented person, and he had a style of like a human, people-centric person, and he has a human capital approach and adaptive approach towards his employees. Why I say that? Because there have been certain interviews where there have been certain dialogues. Like Ajay Singh said that we have, during 2019, when there was a shutdown for Jet Airways, then at that time, people have inquired him that whether you're going to acquire Jet Airways. He said, no, we do not have such big pockets to buy Jet Airways because we are a small investor and Jet Airways really need a big investor. But what I can now, I can hire the trained pilots, the trained crew from Jet Airways, and indeed that will be a great asset for the Spice Jet. So he has said in his own words, we have taken a significant number of people from Jet Airways. They were all well qualified and professional people. We have taken around 1,100 people so far. The expectation is that it will go up to 2,000 people. And the cry. And also, he added here that the low cost airline company is trying to hire the best employees, including pilots, cabin crew, engineers from Jet Airways that has suspended its operations. No doubt, Ajay Singh has also purchased few of the aircrafts. He did not have much of the budgets, but he applied the theory, the adaptive style, which is the most, I would say, most of the common style and was a survival style of leaders to adapt uh, a scenario at the time of the crisis to manage it, because no one leadership style can be fitting in all the situations, and he did not have much of the finances to acquire that company. So he made a choice of acquiring the trained crew from Jet Airways, and that helped him a lot, and his business have gone very high. But there have been situations that even Ajay Singh has seen bad times, and he has been undergoing a lot of litigations, and there was severe losses in the business. Still, he is able to survive. And also in 2008, there was a similar situation when there was a fire, but he did not fire his men in large. He did not laid off a lot of men together. In a similar situation in 2008, the, Naresh Goyal has laid off around 2,000 employees who were in the probationary period from Jet Airways, and that created a lot of chaos. And there were certain political pressure that was a rumor, also given in the headlines of the newspaper, even the Times of India, that he has been pressured, and then the next day he reinstated those people. But he said no. I realized my mistake and I give an apology. I take those 1,900 employees back to my company because this is my family. So this was a situation. There have been a lot of dialogues. We have to just figure out, just to put in a chronological order to make it a form of a story. And in the end, what in 2026, what the situation is that both of them are facing crisis, and where one of the protagonist airline business is grounded, which is Just Airways, and the protagonist Naresh Goyal, he's facing severe health issues and in judicial custody, whereas the other protagonist is now having also facing a lot of challenges, but he is having a stable business. He has also mounted a lot of losses, but he's able to survive with a with a I mean with a short amount of fleet, and also facing severe legal and financial pressure. So this is around what the story is going to go about, and the major objective of writing such kind of case is to link a lot of theoretical concept with the practice. And this is one of the cases where there's n number of topics which we can link, like crisis management by leaders, human capital leadership theory by Gary Becker and Schultz. You can also link adaptive leadership theory, which Ajay Singh adapted due 2019. and also about the characteristics of a true leader and what are the leadership traits which are required for the survival of the business during adverse situation. Also, great man theories versus behavior theory can be linked. Also, contingency theory can be linked. Even ethics management in management can be linked. There are several things. Though I have chalked out just a few questions, they might go under change. Like, first question I have put here is because most of the journals, if you want to just put it in, so we have to give just 2 or 3 questions there for the analysis. And depending upon their guidelines, we need to change this. The first question I put here is to analyze the situation using adaptive leadership theory to identify the failure for regulating the distress and use human capital theory to explain why this approach destroyed long-term value of the business. Other question which can be put here is for the students to choose which leadership style, Mr. Naresh Goyal of Jet Airways or Mr. Ajay Singh of SpiceJet, being more effective for a specific time frame. We can give here 2019, and we are just explaining about the scenarios in 2019, 2022, and 2026. So any one of the scenario we can say and why. And what leadership traits are essential for an entrepreneur for the survival during crisis situation? Which leadership theory supports survival of a business in long term and why? So that's there can be various subjects also. It can be linked, which can be leadership, human resource management, organization behavior, general management, crisis management, ethics and management, and so on. So that is how I have just framed it so that multiple topics can be covered in one short case study. But still, there's a lot of work required in this. And one more thing, just a message to my team members that if you're using an AI for, research and writing a case study, what Dr. Monica was explaining, see, AI is a wonderful weapon, but it's a two-way sword. So it has to be used precautiously. So all these the AI can be used as a research tool. Just like Google search engine you can use ChatGPT. And for research, there are even advanced, version of ChatGPT and the other AIs. Like there, the resources are listed, like Pepperly AI, Claude, and Site, Elicit, okay, and Claude. So these can be used as a search engine for your research, but not writing the case. Writing the case, just putting input and getting the case from there and just sending to a journal, it's not proper. You have to cite, you have to get to the source, and it's not legal also. So you can just put it, and if you're not using it officially, it's like you give a prompt and you develop a short mini caselet and you can use for classroom just for explaining to the students. But formally, if you want to send it to any publication, it's just not allowed and it will not be ethical. So it should be used just for the research, not for writing the case. Okay? So here's the idea. And any feedbacks and any questions, I will be more than happy to answer.
I think that is fair enough to start with, Harish, Dr. Shilpa. Yeah. Yeah.
So Dr. Monica was telling the use of AI. Okay, so the use of AI as a research resource. And for writing, we have to work. So just like we put all these prompts in Google, we can put in these AI, so it will be faster. It just increase our speed. But we cannot just put and ask AI to do that. Otherwise, thousands of case study will be developed in a day. But no, you have to cite every word everywhere, and we have to do a lot of research and a lot of, reading. So even this much, I had like several hours of reading and investigation. And I must tell you, like any of the research investigation, it's not, like science, Newton's law we apply. So learning is not, waste. Whatever you have done, if it does not get published in any of the journal, doesn't matter, you can still use it for teaching. And if not, just do not have ambitions for Ivy and I would say this Harvard and everything. They are very good, like B plus journals, where you can take the case studies and they are open for the cases, because all these journals, they are mostly inviting more of the articles than the case studies. Because case studies, they are given if you are taking like the stars for the publication, so they always count less if you are just adding. But the case studies help a lot for an academician to give. And here, like in these days, like nobody wants to study, even the academician or the student. So, like mini caselets and all these new B plus and all around the world, they are having special calls for short cases. So that can be easily developed.
Yes. Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, Sanchita ma'am, can we move to the next?
Yeah. So next we have group number 10. In group number 10, we have Dr. Shiv Swaroop Jha, Dr. Roshan and Dr. Ankita, along with Vikram Patil, Praveen Prabhakar Sonwalkar, Vishnu Prasad Bhattarai and Chahat Wadhwa. Can we have the group members to be presenting? And their company is Red Lantern Analytica.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Yeah. Ma'am, you will be presenting for this particular group?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
Ma'am, is the screen visible?
Yes, it is. You can put it on the PowerPoint, the slideshow
All right.
mode. Yeah.
Just give me a minute. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yeah, it is. So, yes, you can, I think you can proceed with the same.
All right. So, a very good afternoon to all the members present here. Today, I, Chahat, presenting the case on behalf of my group on the title Illuminating Influence, Strategic Growth and Positioning of Red Lantern Analytica. So, this is a case focused on this company called Red Lantern Analytica. It is actually a New Delhi based growing geopolitical research and policy think tank, and the strategic challenges it faces in balancing with research credibility. So, in this world of geopolitical volatility, the role of independent think tanks has become increasingly significant. Now, this company has has emerged as a dynamic platform contributing to international relations, strategic affairs, and China studies. So it was established with a vision of bridging academic insights and policy relevance. It operates through research publications, webinars, conference, and digital outreach. However, this organization faces a critical question. Should it expand its global outreach or increase visibility, or it maintain its niche focus on high quality and in-depth research? Is the screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, the screen is visible. We can see the screen. Yeah.
All right, so now this dilemma is complicated by various challenges that the company face. So it has very limited resources and the company has very few employees. So it faces the dilemma of balancing the speed, that means giving timely insights to the audience and maintaining while simultaneously maintaining the quality of the research. So another challenge which the company faces is building global credibility among the strong global competition, because there are various other companies doing research in the geopolitical area and they have strong international reach as well. Another challenge is sustaining the academic audience through digital platforms, that is engaging the audience through social media, through Instagram posts or through YouTube videos. So the core dilemma is whether it should expand its outreach or it should focus on the high quality research. Now, talking about a brief about the company. So, Red Lantern Analytica, it is a startup think tank based in New Delhi with a growing international footprint. It actually focuses on the geopolitical analysis, which is mainly focused on Indo-Pacific, South Asia, and the China studies. It focuses on the policy advocacy and strategic commentary. It focuses on engaging the public through various digital media platforms. So its core activities includes it conducts various webinars and conferences. So one of the webinar that it conducted was the Siang Dialogue. It was a multi-day event conducted by the company, and it held various discussions on Indo-China relations, Bangladesh elections, and various regional conflicts. It gives statements on Chinese geopolitical influence. It takes various positions on cybersecurity, sovereignty, and democratic integrity. So it publishes also various articles on global power dynamics and analytical reports on regional security. Additionally, it leverages the digital platforms like Instagram and YouTube to share insights and visual contents and infographics, making the geopolitical ideas, the complex ideas, accessible to a wider audience. Now, talking at the broader context, this company is facing a lot of competition from various already established institutions all across the world, all the government affiliated policy bodies which are doing the role of a think tanker, and the emerging digital first research platforms whose focus is only on maintaining a digital presence. Now, at the same time, there are certain key trends in this area which are reshaping this space. The key trends are that the digitalization of this knowledge dissemination is increasing nowadays, and there is a growing reliance on the social media for influencing the public, and there is a demand for real-time policy insights. So if anything happens in a geopolitical area, so everybody wants the information related to that area. So there is a demand for real-time insights, and also there is a growing importance of interdisciplinary research. Now, this company has basically 4 strategies available. The first one is that it should focus only on the digital expansion, and which will lead to its more outreach across globally. So the strategy is that they should scale their social media their presence on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and increase more webinars and engage participation from global level. Now, there are various pros and cons of each strategy. So, while focusing on this digital strategy, it will lead to the visibility of the organization. It would influence and it would increase the audience all across the world. But the uh, disadvantage of using this alternative is that it would lead to deteriorated research quality that they will be presenting, because then it would need more time and more resources, more men for the company to engage with. Now, the other alternative that available is a niche specialization. So, whether the company should focus only on the high quality and in-depth geopolitical research. Now, the advantage would be that it would give the company an academic recognition and a strong credibility in the competitive world. But the limitation of this is that it would lead to limited reach because and a slower growth. Another alternative that is available to this company is that it can go for strategic collaborations. It can partner with various universities, various other think tankers, and the policy institutions. The advantage would be that it would help in resource sharing as well as enhancing their credibility. But the limitation would be that they need to coordinate with other think tankers, which may lead to certain conflicts or maybe coordination problems among them. The last alternative that is available to this company is maintaining a hybrid strategy, or you can say a balanced approach. That means they can expand selectively on certain platforms and not on all the platforms, while also maintaining the high quality of the research. So the advantage would be that it will lead to a balanced growth, a phased growth, you can say, and it would also lead to the credibility. And the disadvantage, you can say, of this would be it requires careful resource allocation. Now, talking about the theoretical frameworks which are associated with this would be, so there are two theoretical theories which align with this case study. One would be the SWOT analysis and the other would be the RBV theory, which is the resource-based view theory. Now, the SWOT analysis says that the company needs to analyze its strengths, weakness, and opportunities and threats which are arising while maintaining the stance of the company. And the resource based view theory says that a company becomes successful not because of the market, but because of the resources that it has in the company, that it has the insights. So the Red Lantern Analytica can analyze its key strengths in like intellectual capital. It has the people who are analyzing all the geopolitical context, and they have the strong analytical capabilities and producing it in the form of research or in the form of an article. And the strength is also the effective digital engagement strategy that it has. So the resource based view theory says that the company should have the resources which must be valuable, it should be a rare, it should be difficult to imitate, and it should be well organized. And this approach indicates that the quality cannot be compromised while scaling. Now, talking about the various discussion questions related to this case study. So, the one would be, what are the challenges that this company faces in this evolving think tank ecosystem? And how can this company balance visibility and research credibility? So, both there is a trade off between them, and how can this company balance the trade off? And what are the all alternatives which are available and most suitable for the long term sustainability of the company? Another question of discussion would be, how can social media platforms like Instagram can enhance the policy influence of whatever they are trying to disseminate through their social media platforms? So another discussion question would be, how would this company differentiate itself from other established global institutions? And we using the theoretical analysis of SWOT and RBV frameworks, whether the company should prioritize expansion, specialization, or a hybrid strategy. So using these frameworks, we need to decide about what strategy they should adopt for the long-term sustainability. So these would be the major discussion questions. Talking about the objectives of this study, it would be to understand the strategic positioning in such knowledge-based organizations, the such think tankers, then analyze the trade-offs between the growth and specialization. That means whether they should go and engage and through the digital media and enhance their social outreach and digital outreach, or whether they should focus on the quality research, which would lead to specialization. Now, another objective would be to apply the frameworks like SWOT and RBB, that is resource-based view theory, in a non-traditional sector like think tank, or you can say a knowledge-based organizations. And how another objective would be to examine how digital transformation happens in such think tankers and develop decision making skills in real world policy contexts. So, concluding my presentation, this company stands at a critical juncture in its growth trajectory. So, its ability to balance intellectual rigor with strategic visibility will determine its future and its influence on the global level. Rapid expansion offers opportunities for global recognition. Maintaining research credibility is essential for long-term sustainability. So a carefully executed hybrid research strategy may provide the most viable path forward, enabling the Red Lantern Analytica to scale without compromising its core strength. So this is basically a primary based a secondary based case study. So this is all about the case study. Any further questions or points of discussions? Thank you.
Yeah, Chahat, can you let the title? Can you go to the title slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So yeah, title will be the fine. Like so, when you are talking about, I have seen your presentation, and it is talking about the different aspects. Like say, it is talking about the digitalization. It is talking about the decision making, global presence, sustainability, innovation, right? Many more things.
Yeah.
So what is the dilemma of your study, like, or your case? So what you want to focus upon? Because present, if I can see, it has many more dimensions, which is a very broad aspects to carry or to cover in one case study, right? So what is your dilemma?
See, the actual dilemma is whether it should expand its operations or go for global outreach. That means if the company is going global, that means it is enhancing its visibility. So one is whether it should expand globally or increase its visibility. The other point of discussion would be whether it should maintain the quality standards of research. So while going global and enhancing visibility, they need to come up with more and more articles. See, but then the company has a limited resources and has a very small team. So it has employees of maximum 50 employees. This company has 20 to 50 employees. The company has, according to the website which I explored of this company. So the focus would be of whether to maintain the quality standard or the research standard, or whether to increase its visibility out globally. So this is the main dilemma.
Okay. So according to the title, when you talk about the global expansion, it is covering with the title, right? So it has a strategic growth and positioning of Red Lantern Analytica. So that will be perfectly fine. But when you are going for the strategic, there was one slide. If you can go to the strategic slide, strategic alternatives.
Yes, ma'am.
So strategic alternatives is talking about the four different aspects, right?
Yes.
And that is talking about, so all these four aspects has to be talking about the global expansion.
Yes.
And so accordingly, you have to cover this, because this alternatives are normally which is going to be connected with your dilemma.
Okay.
Your dilemma, right? And the objectives as well as the questions. Can you go to the objectives? Because you have here, you are not talking about, if you can see that, because when you talk about the global expansion, so it means that what all subjects you are going to cover in this particular, like it is being
So
assigned.
it will be related to basically strategic management.
Strategic
So
management.
strategy, it will involve taking a decision. So it will involve various theories of strategic management, or maybe it can apply to international business, IB.
Because when you're talking about the global business, so it will be the international
Business, right?
presence, right? So here you are talking about like global institution is one, right? So it has also to be aligned with your questions, your objectives has to be aligned with the subjects which you are going to cover, right? So it has to be a completely alignment. Then only you got a flow and the details accordingly, then you can see. And here I cannot see something related to sustainability, but in the way forward, you have added a sustainability also. So you want to
No,
take
ma'am, I didn't
sustainability.
add sustainability here. I have not linked it to sustainability anyhow in this
So you
case.
are not going to cover in, or maybe teaching objective or somewhere I have seen sustainability
No,
also. So
ma'am,
actually
I
you
think
have
I
to.
have not mentioned sustainability.
Okay, chalo, that will be fine. Okay, so right, accordingly, you have to see that what all you want to cover based on the dilemma. The dilemma, as in the global expansion, we have just discussed upon, and the strategic initiatives, right? So accordingly, then you have to cover all your alternatives and objectives according to that. So accordingly, we have discussed like there should be 3 to 4 objectives, and the questions has to be three to four questions. Accordingly.
All right, ma'am.
Right. So good start. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Next, we have Dr. Ajay Yadav and Dr. Chirag Dhankar's team, which is group number 11. In that team, we have Dr. Kavit Ajnaria, Ms. Pooja Yadav, and Ms. Nisha Shehrawat, and they are presenting on Berger Paints India Limited.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you may start.
Yeah.
So, good evening, everyone. Myself, Pooja Yadav. I'm a PhD scholar, and in my group, we have faculty members, Dr. Ajay Yadav and Dr. Chirag Dhankar, and participant are Miss Nisha, me, and Dr. Kavit Anjaria. So, my title of the case study is Battle of the Brush, Strategic Response of Berger Paint India to Disruptive Entry in the Indian Paint Industry. This case study is a secondary case study, and the name of the protagonist is Mr. Suresh Kumar, who has divisional sales manager in Berger Paint India Limited. This case study shows that Berger Paint is at a decision point where it has to choose between different strategies due to increasing competition from new entrant Birla Opus. So, a strategic case study focus on how the entry of Birla Opus has impacted the strategy of Berger Paint and changed competitive dynamic of the industry. The situation. So, Berger Paint is the second largest paint company in India and fourth largest in Asia. The main reason why Berger Paint has remained the second largest company for so many years is its strong focus on dealership network. This means that its dealer contacts are spread everywhere, whether in villages, urban and rural areas. The decorative paint segment was its revenue backbone, supported by channel relationship and a shift toward premium and waterproofing solution. Then came Birla Opus, and everything has changed. Birla Opus entered the Indian paint market in 2024, and within just 6 months, it became one of the top players. In about 1 year, it captured around 6 to 10% market share, which is very fast compared to traditional industry growth. The disruptor Birla Opus.
the disruptor Birla Opus. In 2024, Birla Opus entered in the market and changed everything. They use aggressive strategies like lower pricing than competitors, higher margin for dealers, providing tinting machines, strong marketing and promotional strategies, extensive campaign to rapidly build scale and brand visibility. Changing marketing dynamics. Earlier, the paint industry was stable and based on relationship, but after Birla Opus entered, dealers started focusing more on profit instead of loyalty. Market shifted from relationship driven to incentive driven. This is a major structural change in the paint industry. Birla Opus entry triggered a structural shift. Dealer began prioritizing commercial incentive over loyalty, signaling a move from a relationship driven to an incentive driven market. Berger's strength under pressure. Now, Berger was in pressure. Berger was far from a weak player, but its traditional advantage were being tested. Deep dealer network, strong brand reputation, growing industrial waiting machine. But now these strengths are under pressure because competitors are offering better financial benefit. Earlier, relationship mattered, now incentive matters more. Next slide we have the core dilemma. The core dilemma says that what should Berger do? So the first one is compete on price. It reduces price, increase dealer incentives, and gain market share. But risk associated with that, profit margin reduces and it weakens the brand. Second option they have, focus on premium, maintain high quality, keep premium pricing, and protect brand image. But risks are price sensitive and it lost to the customer. Option third is balanced approach. Mass segment, competitive pricing, and premium segment, strong positioning. Risks are difficult to manage. So the main challenge is to balance market share and profitability. This is not just a pricing decision, but a strategic decision for the company's future. Should Berger match the competition on price and incentive or hold the line on premium positioning? This is not but a merely a pricing question. It was a question of identity and long-term strategy. The decision involved a fundamental trade-off between short-term competitiveness and long-term value creation, with implication for margins, brand equity, and channel relationships. Strategic alternatives. So, first alternative was price-based competition, match pricing and raise dealer incentive, risk margin erosion and brand dilution, premiumization, double down on high value and waterproofing product. Risk is loss of price sensitive segment, hybrid strategy. Compete on price in mass segment, expand premium offering. Risk are execution complexity, dealer reinforcement, invest in training, digital tools, and loyalty programs. Risk is high cost, uncertain retentions, industrial expansion, diversify into industrial coating to reduce decorative dependence. Risk is limited short-term and short-term impact. Analytical perspective. So analytic perspective are, what is a competitive pressure? A new player like Birla Opus has increased competition. Dealers are now choosing brands that give more profit. Loyalty is becoming less important. Berger's enduring assets are strong brand image, good dealer network, and experienced paint industries. The decision point. The Berger has three decisions. First is immediate pressure. Defend market share against aggressive pricing and dealer incentive from Birla Opus. Long-term objective, protect profitability, brand equity, and the quality of channel relationships. The balance required. Any response must weigh short-term competitiveness against long-term strategic positioning without sacrificing one for the other. Management must decide, align with price-based competition or continue emphasizing differentiated offering. Like they adopted hybrid strategy to balance price competition and premium positioning. So this diagram shows that the whole dilemma of Berger's paint navigating a comprehensive crosswords. On one side, we have price low to high. On the other side, we have strategic value, low to high. Low price means focusing on volume and competition. High price means focusing on premium quality and brand value. Low price, if low value, if Berger reduce price too much, it may lose its brand value. Low price or high value, Berger can try to give good quality at competitive price to attract new customers. High price, low value, this is risky because customer may not see enough value or for the price. High price and high value, this is the ideal position. This is where Berger want to be strong brand, give high quality and premium pricing. This diagram shows that Berger must carefully balance between price and value, because focusing only on low price can harm brand and focusing only on high price can reduce market share. Conclusion. The Berger Paint case illustrates that challenge incumbent firm face when a well-resourced disruptor enter the market and redefine competitive rules. Industry lessons. Stable market can shift rapidly when new entrants challenge the basic of competition. And strategic imperative. Berger must reassess its competitive strategy across pricing, premiumization, and dealer engagement. What's at stake? The outcome will shape Berger's short-term performance and its long-term position in an evolving industry. The decision taken today will shape Berger's future position in the industry. Thank you. Actually, it is very short, I know, and I'm not including the objective of the case study, but I would like to talk about the objective of this case study is that to first was to understand how the entry of Birla Opus has changed competition in the paint industry, and to analyzes the challenge faced by Berger Paint India in a changing market. Third one is to evaluate different strategic option available to the company and to develop decision making skills in a competitive business environment. And it is very important for the teaching perspective as well. We are using a SWOT analysis and the strategic management. In SWOT analysis, it help in identifying Berger's strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats, especially after the entry of Birla Opus. And in strategic management, help the company in making effective decision and choosing the best strategy to handle competition and achieving long-term growth. Thank you so much.
So there are quick feedback for you, Pooja and group. So Pooja, like the title that we have discussed in the last 3 days, 4 days workshop, that the title should have 7 to 8 words only, right? So your title is little long, and as I have given the feedback to the other group also, like because this may be published in the global platform, so we don't have to use Indian word. Maybe, right? So it has to be something general because the scenario are going to be somewhat common at the global aspects as well. And if you're say this Suresh Kumar is the protagonist who is going to give you the consent, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm not yet, ma'am.
Okay. Because if you are mentioning, because there are two kind of cases, secondary and primary. The secondary
ma'am.
cases where we don't write the name of the protagonist, where we write as a company name, as we will be considering the company names straight away, and we are not mentioning. If you are mentioning the protagonist as a, because he's not the owner, he's a division sales manager. So if he's giving the concern, then that will be the primary case. So you have to, and your presentation is, if you have not defined the objectives and the questions, but if I can go through your presentation, so it itself defining many more objectives, and it is giving you the clear idea. Like I can see that one question can be based on the price and strategic values. Other question can be based on the risk metrics. Right, so it can be directly go to the strategic management course, and accordingly you whatever you have explained in the presentation, it can be aligned with the question, and the questions will directly map with the objectives. So
Okay,
I think you have to rework and rephrase the things in the particular boxes, so that this comes out to be very well in case of case writing or the case study and the teaching note writing. So any
Yes, ma'am,
other
I
questions
definitely.
from the panelist?
What Dr. Monica is telling to most of the contestants. See, once you are writing the case, you write down all the facts. It is more of the prescriptive analysis you are doing. It is more of the analysis part and the teaching note part you are just explaining. So you write down all the facts first and then streamline it and then make the title of the case and then go to the teaching note. Then everything will be aligned and set if you want to send it for publication.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is for a journal, I mean, feedback to all the contestants, what Dr. Monica has been individually telling to each and every group. So this was lacking in all of them. So if that is there, so you don't have to worry. But first, get down all the facts, write down, and then streamline and make a story out of that. Then think about the title. Then write down the teaching note. So it will be aligned and it will be.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. I will definitely refine it.
Chalo, good work. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
And
so
we
much.
have the last group for the day for the presentation. This group is with Dr. Savita and Dr. Renuka Sharma. Along with them, we have Miss Tanisha, Miss Sakshi, and Miss Pinky. They will be presenting the case called the Alpha 4 Consulting Group. Can we have this group for the presentation, please? Anybody from this group who is there for the presentation?
I can see Miss Sakshi is here. Miss Pinky is also here.
Good afternoon, Sakshi. We are not able to hear you, Sakshi.
Sakshi, I think there's some audio problem. We are unable to hear you. Maybe you can try removing the headphones and then speaking. You can disconnect your headphones and then try and speak. Maybe that can work.
Maybe exit and enter again, then that will work. Sakshi, what problem you are facing?
Sakshi, are you having issues with the audio?
I think she has joined with another device. Sakshi?
I joined from my phone.
Acha,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
fine.
I'll share my screen.
Yeah.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, ma'am, we can see your screen. Your video and audio are so perfect. We can proceed with your presentation.
Okay. So my case study. Wait a
Can you go to the title slide?
Sakshi ma'am, you are on mute. Please unmute yourself and proceed with the presentation.
Ma'am, I joined from my phone, so I will.
Okay, so we are not able to hear you. That's
Yeah, so you can start with the presentation now.
Okay. Is my screen visible to all?
Yes, the screen is visible. Yes.
Okay. My case study is on the pyramid in peril, Alpha 4 Consulting and the 2026 talent crisis. It is a teaching case based case study. The company's name is Alpha 4 Consulting Group. It is a representative archetype of global big four firms. The protagonist is Mr. Jordan Miller. It's an imaginary name because it's a secondary case study. Geographical location for this will be Alpha 4 Global, headquartered in New York. Decision timeline is April 26. Industry sector is professional services, management consulting, and the company size is large. The Monday morning memo. As you can see, I wrote it in a story format only and not in points. So please excuse that. On the Monday morning of April 6, Jordan Miller was sitting in his spacious office and he was looking at a digital dashboard. The digital dashboard was displaying data that over the last years, 22% year over year drop can be seen in billable hours for junior associates in the group, despite a 15% increase in total project volume. The culprit for that was their generative AI engine that they have launched, which is named as Omni Analyst. Again, an imaginary name. For decades, Alpha 4 operated on a pyramid model. This pyramid model worked as in they would hire thousands of graduates from Ivy League colleges and they would give them the grunt work, which is tax auditing, collecting the data, researching about tax or preliminary audit risk and analysis. All this work was done by the graduates, and the senior managers or partners would eventually make the decision on the basis of the data collected. But now all this work could be easily completed by Omni Analyst within a matter of minutes. And this was creating a problem as clients who are aware of this that they have been paying for this grant work more and more, but it was done and under a matter of minutes. Then they are not willing to pay for it anymore. The twofold problem, Jordan Miller now was stuck in a between rock and hard place because he was stuck between the board managers and the clients. His firm Alpha 4 wasn't just dealing with a glitch, there was facing a full blown identity crisis. Because all of this time, the Alpha 4 has conducted itself on the pyramid model only. But now, with clients demanding that they won't pay for the junior associates' work, which they aren't doing, and they are correct in that, there is a problem because junior associates consisted of more than half of the workforce. And if they are not going to be paid, they would have to let them go. And the middle management was also worrying. If the junior associates didn't work and used AI for all of their work, they wouldn't have institutional scars which were necessary to help them become senior managers or partners in the firm later on. Because if they have to reach that level, they have to get to know the numbers really. But if they don't using AI, then they wouldn't have the ability to identify what's the problem in the numbers if they are going to actually consult someone or give advice to their clients. The rise of the pyramid model, it's a bit of a history how the pyramid model came into. First it was simple bookkeeping to high level advisory. Then a leverage model was created where few partners or managers saw an oversaw armies of juniors. These juniors were the ones who did the most grunt work, and they were the ones who did all the research for the senior managers or partners. In the 1970s, the company adopted this model where billable hour was used. This means that the client would pay for all the hours that the juniors have put into collect the data, research about it, and put in. Sorry, I forgot the word. But it was considered paying your dues, that if you are getting this much amount of work done in this much hours, then you would pay by those hours. But now it could be done in under a few minutes, so it no longer applies. The dilemma that this has created is hours versus value. The global board of the Alpha 4, they didn't wanted a report from Jordan. They wanted a decision as to how Alpha 4 would now operate by 2030. But the board was in dilemma that whether they should continue with what they were doing in the pyramid model, or they should use the AI model and let go of the junior associates. This created questions for the Jordan. Did they even need to keep recruiting from the Ivy League? Because if the work can be done under a matter of seconds through the AI, then they don't need graduates from these high reputed colleges. And the MBAs, they are not going to be much more useful. They would just be considered as a degree that they hold, and not something that a useful skill that can be used in real world. So there was a question as to how they are going to hire more people in their organization, whether they just look at the degree or they look at other skills, like if they can use AI well, or they are ethical strategists or not. The decision points, there are three decisions that can be taken by Jordan Miller in this. First is AI augmented architect, that they let go of the more than 40% of their workforce of junior associates completely, and stop hiring on the basis of their just degrees or reputed Ivy colleges name. And now they look for complex empathy and systems thinking abilities in the new hires. The internal academy was the second one, that they hire the people, but they teach them in a stimulated environment. They do not give them the AI. They do make them do the grunt work in a stimulated environment, so that they can develop those mental scars, which is referred to as the ability to identify the data and organize it in such a way that you can clearly see what's the problem. The third was the platform model. In the platform model, the company would transfer from the service firm to a tech first company, where they would develop the software and then sell this software to their clients on a subscription basis. And the client can use it depending on what kind of services he or she needs, and subscribe to that. The objectives of the study are to analyze how disruptive technology forces a shift from job-based to skill-based organization structures. Before this, on all of the sectors, people hired them because but the job consisted of work, and then they hired people who knew how to do their job. But now, with jobs, most of the jobs that can easily be done by AI, it is no longer prevalent to hire just on the basis of the degree or the education. It's now more what skills you have. Next is to evaluate the financial transition from input based pricing to output based pricing in professional services. First, they were charging the clients for the hours they put in for the work, but now they are going to derive from the value, that what value are we providing and how much we charge for it. Next is to explore the talent development life cycle and how to prevent knowledge erosion when basic skills are automated.
I think, Sakshi, can you little fast, because we are out of time.
Okay, ma'am. It's last slide only.
Okay.
The classroom discussion questions that can be worked are: if AI performs the core technical task, what exactly is the human premium that Alpha 4 is selling to its client in 2026? Next is to classify the sunrise and sunset skills among the skills that are going to be used. How can a firm develop expert judgment in its future leaders? The foundational tasks that build that judgment are automated. And the next is the question: if you are Jordan Miller, which of the three paths would you recommend to the board? Define your choice using the VRIO framework. That's it from my end.
Okay. So I think this was the last presentation, and Sakshi, it was well drafted. Like you and your team, right? If I see that it has been focused and very well covered the objectives as well as aligned with questions, dilemma, etc. Right. So only thing is in the format you have to redraft it. So you and your team has to redraft. You have to take a sample case
Okay, ma'am.
from the IV, and then you have to draft according to exactly in the same format. So then it will be in the publishable mode.
Okay, ma'am.
All the best. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. As we arrive at the valedictory session of this enriching workshop, we pause to reflect on the truly meaningful journey, one marked by learning, collaboration, and academic excellence. This case study workshop was thoughtfully designed to equip faculty members and researchers with the essential skill required to develop impactful case studies and comprehensive teaching notes, encouraging a progressive shift from traditional pedagogy to experiential, decision driven learning. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our patron, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. P.B. Sharma, sir, whose visionary leadership continues to inspire and elevate our academic pursuit. We are also deeply thankful to our esteemed program chair, Professor Dr. Vikas Madhukar, Pro Vice Chancellor, MIT University, Haryana, and Dean Faculty of Management Studies for his continuous guidance and unwavering support in making this workshop a success. It is now my pleasure to invite our respected program chair, Professor Dr. Vikas Madhukar, sir, to address the gathering and share his valuable insights. Sir, we kindly invite you.
I think sir might not be there, so we can carry it out with a vote of thanks.
Yeah, sure. Now we invite Dr. Monica Arora ma'am, professor at MIT Business School, MIT University, Haryana, to briefly share the journey, structure, and key takeaways of this workshop, and also extend the vote of thanks to the August gathering. Ma'am, over to you.
So when we have planned this particular workshop, the case study workshop, and the whole journey has come up very well, and it is pleasure to announce that we have total 12 case presentations happened today. And we hope that all the 12 will be going for the good publication in the publishing houses, maybe in Ivy, maybe in Indian national or international publications. So, with this note, I think that is going to be a very learned and a knowledgeable workshops that we have covered for this 4 days, 4.5, 5 days. And this has come out to be very well with the proper outcome. So, as in the first session, sir has discussed about if any like OB curriculum has a particular outcome. So outcome based plan, outcome based event is something which we are looking forward, and this has come up to be very well. And we are more happy to have the credit of the case in our profile. So that is the upgradation for all of you who have attended this particular workshop. So we have total 65 participants who are a part of this particular workshop. So, as a formal note, I extend my sincere gratitude to everyone who has contributed in the successful organization as well as the deliverables for this case study, case writing workshop conducted by Amity Business School, Amity University, Haryana. I deeply thankful to my esteemed speaker, Dr. Parul Sinha, Dr. Rajkumari Mittal, and Suhasini Verma, and Divang Patel for their valuable insights and engaging sessions, and greatly enrich their experience with all of us. Our heartful thankful to goes to my event coordinators, Dr. Aditi, Dr. Sanchita, and Dr. Ajay Yadav for their dedication and seamless execution for this event. I also express my sincere thanks to our Pro Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Vikas Madhukar, Sir, for the constant support, motivation, and guidance, which has played a crucial roles for making this initiative a success. A special note gratitude to all the participants for their enthusiastic involvement and contribution for making this workshop truly collaborative and enriching learning journey. I also acknowledge my efforts to my organizing team, IT support staff from head office for ensuring the smooth conduct of of all the session. Thank you once again to everyone for your support and participation. We look forward for more such impactful academic engagements in future. And same way, I announced the date for the submission of the first draft of the case. That will be too early, but it will be 1 week ahead. That is 25th of April. So if we can receive the first draft of the case, then it will be beneficial for all of us to take this publication further. So thank you all once again, and have a nice day ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. May I now request everybody to please open up their camera so that we can have one group photograph. I request all the participants to please open up their cameras for the group photograph.
Good evening, sir. Sir is also.
मोनिका फोटो के लिए तो मैं भी अपना कैमरा लेता हूँ.
Right, sir. Good evening, sir.
I will have an opportunity to have photograph with all of you.
Yes.
Right. And although I was not very carefully listening, but I was listening otherwise, and was seeing the slides also of last 3 presentation. So I was quite happy to see the way you all have presented, and it was really good to know that you all had a very good learning experience in last few days. And I have also got feedback from my own faculty member. They were also appreciating the few of the session, and they had mentioned that really this 3-4 days of discussion has given a very thorough insight about the point and the area that while you are going to develop a case study, write a case study, what are the important point and how to structure it, how to go about it, and how to overall design it, keeping in mind the focus area. So thank you so much. We can have a photograph. I know we have lost the 5.
Yes.
So no more session, only a photograph.
We request everybody to please open up their cameras so that we can have a quick photograph. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
We'll connect again. Yeah.
Right. All the very best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As we officially and formally conclude this workshop, we hope this workshop has empowered each and every one of you with the knowledge, skill, and confidence to develop case studies and transform your teaching methodologies. The certificates of participation will be shared with all the participants via email shortly. Let us carry forward the spirit of inquiry, innovation, and academic excellence. Thank you for being a part of this enriching journey. Stay inspired, stay engaged, and contribute meaningfully to the world of knowledge and learning. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Mobbin,